Okay, turning the microphone. Hasn't been as loud lately. I wonder if it's because like there's a screw on it, and before the screw was stuck in the microphone itself, but now I kind of twisted it on so the screw is stuck on the stand, and it doesn't make as much noise. It makes noise when I'm unscrewing the microphone, but it doesn't make as much noise on the audio levels over there when I turn it. So I don't know, but it's a good thing, I suppose. Hey Marie, how you doing? Welcome back. Good evening. Just here to say hi, BF, and you seem to have a respiratory virus. You're still dealing with feeling weak. Yeah, sorry to hear that. Hopefully you two end up on the up and up pretty soon from that. It's just one of those things. It gets passed around the holidays, and, you know, end up having to deal with it for a little while. So I understand. Not a big deal. But yeah, hopefully you feel better. Watching the VOD, the Saz fake out was cheap. Yeah, it makes me wonder why they did it. Like, did they do it because they wanted to boost the marketing with it or something when they were just going to fake it out like half a chapter later? Because, I'm pretty sure Japan's marketing teams, like, on a federal level, when they're looking at, like, the marketing commission or whatever the hell, I'm pretty sure they'd look at that and be like, wow, this is a depiction of suicide in your media. I don't know how we feel about that. And then, you know, you extrapolate it to international areas. International areas will be like, wow, you're having the token black character of the game commit suicide. Out of all the characters, you picked him. That doesn't really bode well, does it? It's like, this isn't going to work for anybody. But, like, I feel like it was almost a trend in media, though, like back around the late 20-aughts and the early 2010s to have this, like, flirtation with the idea of suicide in media being depicted. And it's like, just please stop. Like, can any of these characters have healthy relationships with themselves and others? Please. I understand that what happened to him was a travesty, but it's post his Eidolon summoning. So, like, it doesn't make any sense for him to just give up again. Because then the Eidolon would just come back out and be like, what did I just say? What did I just tell you not to do? Like, come on now. Yeah, no, if they have healthy relationships with themselves and others, then we can't have the plot. Oh, don't you worry. We will have plenty to scream about. Discuss. Later on today when the whole party comes together, because on top of Daj's focus, the upcoming section of this chapter is another major sticking point for me. And I'm not 100% sure if I can talk about it entirely until we get to chapter 11, which is next week. But we'll figure that part out. Either way, let me take a drink and then we'll get started. I just want Saz to be the main character, man. Okay? Like, is that so much to ask? He needs to be the main character. But I'm going to make him as close to the main character as I can. That's the point I'm making here, okay? Anyway, despite being driven to the brink of... Yeah, there it is. There's the word. They put it in the fucking game. By the sight of his son turning into crystal, Saz is still alive. Having been captured by Colonel Nabat and Nautilus, he and Vanille are now on their way to Eden to be executed. The only reason they still live is so they can be murdered in front of an audience. When Saz learned that Vanille was the one responsible for his grief, he was consumed with rage. Now he listens calmly to her tale. Once a Lassie who fought in the war against Cocoon, Vanille spent centuries in crystal stasis. When she finally awoke, she found that her companion, Fang, had lost all memory of their previous focus. Afraid that their new charge would culminate in another horrific battle, Vanille chose to feign memory loss and attempt to flee from her destiny, a decision which has led to... Okay. Anyway, you can see what's scrolling by there, but the point of the matter here is that Saz and Vanille are still together but separate from the party. They've escaped from their cells, and they're running towards the party so that they can find them. Which, again, I think, honestly, like, despite the bullshit that I feel for the previous chapter's fake out, I do think that there are moments of solid character development and team building that happen in chapters 7 and 8 in this game. I just hope they pay off. he says from his lofty platform, knowing what will happen. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIII, the stream edition. We're breaking out of prison, because last time we finished up Chapter 8, got a fake out, started up Chapter 9, and the two parties are now trying to come together. Lightning, Fang, Hope, and Snow are looking for Saz and Vanille, and Saz and Vanille are attempting to make their way out of this whole mess that they are in. So now we've got to go and do that. Did I eat Crystarium last time? I don't think I did. Well, we're going to do it now. I'm not even going to look at inventory. Pretty soon the party will be all together, and then our inventory will be only exclamation pointed when we get an actual new item rather than everybody's key items being shuffled every time. Okay, so I think, yeah, we'll be able to buy all of this, so let's just finish off Saz's stage 6. I forget which level or which role has everybody's third accessory slots, but that's probably where we're going to want to focus pretty soon, is on trying to make sure that everybody gets their next accessory slot and their next ATV gauge, because both of those will be pretty important going forward, but that's probably not something we'll need to focus on heavily until probably Chapter 11 itself, honestly. Like, I feel like at that point it'll be like a super specific focus that I'll make, is get the accessories and get the ATB level, but until then we don't have to super focus on it, you know. I know Vanille needs to have her medic levels up, actually, because both of her next things, ATB and accessory, are in medic 8. That's the only one I actually bothered to look up, though, so I don't know if that's something that I should super prioritize just yet, or if I should work on getting her level 2 skills here. It might be more worth it to get her the level 2 Ravager skills. So, eyes weren't focusing on the thumbnail. You somehow saw Master Chief in the thumbnail next to Saz. Your eyes and brain are an interesting combination. Master Chief, huh? Maybe it was the green of Saz's coat, because if you were looking at Vanille and saw Master Chief, I don't know how that reconciles, but that's an interesting way of looking at it, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get Watera, and then I think we have enough to get the magic node here. Yeah, we do. Okay, good. So I guess we'll just work on Ravager for Vanille. It's mostly stats and Blizzara from here. Blizzara, excuse me. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, yeah, so we'll focus on those, and then we'll go from there. I think if I remember correctly, this battle up here is a nightmare battle. Like, 3 Vespid soldiers and this Scale Beast. Definitely not worth the CP that you get out of this. I'm just trying to see if there's like a chest or something in the way. But I don't think there is. Pardon me, Vanille. I think we're going the long way. I don't want to do anything with that battle. That battle would definitely... Oh, good, the sirens are back. That battle would definitely give me some massive, definitely don't do that sorts of situations. I still can't get over Saz just having the guns transform into a rifle at the end of his attack chains here. I know it's suboptimal. I can't stop doing it, though. Okay, well, stagger right at the end, but we don't really need that. Let's do Med because Vanille's dying, so... Well, you almost got away from it there, Saz. I'll let her... Oh, good, they whiffed. Nice. Yeah, just get another one of those on, and then we can do one of these and work our way up. Probably we don't even need to do Rav, honestly. We could probably do dual casting and be fine. We've already boosted the chain enough to just double up and get the stagger real quick. I also probably should have like given myself vigilance or something, but it's probably fine. Yeah, we're gonna need... I'm just gonna go Med real quick, actually, just to stabilize the gauge while we get a little bit of healing. Power chain is definitely helpful in that department, so... Alright, do this, and then we'll just dual casting up.
Thanks, Vanille.
Get the last one off, Saz. There you go. Alright, we're good. Blast that gauge all the way into next week. Yeah, like that, basically.
You got this, Vanille.
And then go to town. His guns are so cool. They're pretty great, yeah. Have a good stream, probably gonna lay down again. Sounds like a plan, Marie. Like I said, hope you feel better pretty soon. We'll be here till 10 o'clock-ish if you feel up to it. If not, then we will see you next week. Like I said, I've been kind of sniffly myself lately. I'm surprised that I wasn't, like, sick, considering the fact that I've felt a little sniffly. But I get these, like, my sinuses get all funky in the winter anyway. Like, I just end up Are you gonna just keep walking? Okay, well then. What if he runs into me? Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, my sinuses get a little funky in the winter time, so I understand how it all goes. Alright, well, they're both staggered, so that's a good thing. Oh good, he walked right in front of my blitz, which means that they both get hit by this now. Goodbye.
To the victor go this morning.
See, and that's part of the reason why I want to make sure that I make Saz party leader, though, because, like, the AI will use his blitz sometimes, but, like, usually they don't prioritize using his blitz unless there's 3 or more enemies, even though it would be significantly more powerful in certain situations. So, I don't know, I feel like they need to use it more often, and they don't. So, okay, Phoenix down, nice. Yeah, it looks like that was the chest for this platform, so since that was the chest for this platform, I'm just gonna kind of go around here. We gotta fight a scale beast to get out of here anyway, but, well, we'll figure that part out when we get there. Get rid of the Flanitor first, because he can't rescue himself. Yeah, I'll just do that again. I was gonna say, whenever you want to use those AoEs there, Vanille, they're all right on top of each other after all, so.
Follow the old man's lead.
Why don't we do this, actually, so you can just top me off while they slam me around a little bit. And that. Doing pretty good with the shots there, Saz. You managed to not take Vanille's head off with that last one. Looked a little,
Didn't even have to ask.
it looked a little bit like there was a chance, but it didn't happen, so. Let's see how Aurora works on them. Not bad.
We got this, Vanille.
Alright, do one more. I think I'll just go dual casting after this. We should be able to build the bar enough after this to take care of him, so. Oh, right, I put Aurora on there. Oh well. It gets the bar up pretty good, so. And it leaves me with one full ATB bar to work with, so. Kind of okay. They must be weak to water, that's why she keeps casting it. If I had to guess, anyway. Alright, now let's just check the rest of the platform here. See if there's anything over in this direction. How close am I to the... Okay, not close enough to the other end to warrant. Yes, yes, police are trying to enforce the area. I get it. Ah, right, a Flanitor. I should have... Oh, okay, it's just 2 Flanitors. Got it. Let's go to dual casting. We can't launch him, unfortunately, but we can stagger him, which should cause the damage to be significantly higher as a result of us using these attacks, so... Alright, now let's double blitz. Rescue that! Don't think we'll need healing, though. You know what? They're pretty, malleable. Not much HP left on them, so instead of staggering, let's just destroy them. You know, honestly, if I had the Procyon at level 1, that probably would have been at least very close to a 5-star fight. I don't think it would have been a 5-star fight specifically, but I think it would have been pretty close. Oh well. That's one of those things you got to watch out for when you level up weapons and stuff, is you got to watch and make sure it doesn't cause you to end up with, like, not enough target. Like, it decreases your target time, so you got to be careful of that. Let's see. I only have one Deceptisol left. I don't think I really want to bother with that. Might start in Sin Sab, actually, for this one. Just to get some good stuff up. We don't have Bar Thunder, unfortunately, but yeah, we can make it work. I just hate fighting these Scale Beasts because they're just a pain in the nuts, honestly. I should get Haste up first, actually, on, like, everybody. No, I'll get Bravery and Haste on myself. And then, I'll go Combat. I was gonna say quickly before we lose it, Saz. Alright, now, just do this for a little bit while we're stuck with Bravery and Faith and everything. I'll do one more round of this, and then we'll switch over to dual casting. So we can get the chain going a little better. Should have gotten Vigilance on myself, actually. Might be worth doing that now, actually, while I'm about to get Photon Burst. Okay, well, I'll just do it once. And then dual casting. Build the rest of the bar. Take another hit while we're at it, or not, because off he goes. Alright, now let's see if we can get him in the time we've got left. Might have to blitz to do it, honestly. See how blitz does against him. He's not really close enough. Okay, he's getting close enough. That'll help. Stand right there, big guy. But you see what I mean, though? Like, you just let them, if they're a large enemy, they just get in your face, and you just it just annihilates their HP bars. It's kind of ridiculous. So it's just one of those things where it's just like I don't know if Saz is a player that, like, a character that a lot of people enjoy playing, but I just love using Blitz with him. It's so satisfying, especially on large enemies. So. Nice thing about that is most bosses are going to be large enemies. Okay.
Well, isn't this great?
Well, this might be a problem. Oh, we have to fight this fight anyway. Okay, well, fair enough. I guess we'll get Bravery and Haste on myself then. Get Faith and Haste on Vanille. Get Vigilance and Fire on myself. Get Vigilance and Fire on Vanille. And then we'll go War and Peace so she can heal herself. The Endfire will help if she got Imperil on the guy. So, okay, well, that's not so good. But, yeah, if she gets Imperil on anybody, it will help us quite a bit with keeping the gauge up. So, alright, now let Photon Burst go off, but we should still be able to, okay, get this guy before it becomes a problem. Do I have a Com Sab or okay, I have a Rav Sab. I can work with that. Oh, she got Imperil on the Thermodon. Nice. Alright, well, let's do one more round of this, and then we'll go to Undermine. Although, I don't know, he might be... Okay, he's not immune to any of that stuff, so that's fine. And you'll notice that it's all of those said weakness there. That's because she got Imperil on him, so now all of the skills are considered super effective against him. But also, you may have seen there, Vigilance prevented me from getting staggered completely when I got shot. So that's kind of nice. Oh, his Imperil went away. That's unfortunate. We'll still get a little extra damage out of this, though. But yeah, see how he's no longer in Imperil, so all that the vulnerabilities went down to, or rather up to normal. So. Alright, we're good now. Since he's got these shell, I'll do a little of this. Probably should do like more thunder, honestly. Build him up a little more. Okay. And now we do some blitzing. As he walks towards me slowly. We won't get massive damage out of it at first, but the closer he gets to me, and the closer I step to him, the more damage we'll get out of it. Which is a pretty good thing. Yeah, see how I'm slowly stepping closer to him? And get Blitz going again. One more. Easy. I mean, it was only one Vespid soldier, to be fair, even though there was like 4 on the map, but I'll take it. Nice work, you two. That would have been a tough fight even for Lightning Fang and Hope. Well, maybe not 1-1, maybe 3-1 like there was up there, but, you know. Speaking of which,
The wind, it's dying down.
here they are.
It's stopping.
So the,
We're decelerating.
yeah, I was gonna say the ship's slowing down, but what
They
for?
up to something?
I don't suppose it could just be, I don't know, good luck?
Yeah, right.
That looks a lot more like bad luck.
That's what it seems like to me.
Not to me. That we can do something about.
I mean, I guess. It's one way to look at it. The only thing I can think is that they're decelerating because all of a sudden they're just going to like ramp up in speed while we're out on the starboard weather deck, and then they just send us flying off the ship. But gravity works differently than you might expect on these things. So, okay, hello. So maybe that's not what they're planning. I'll just start in Relentless Assault. We'll go to Delta Attack if we need it. I'm going to use up the CP that we got, but I'd rather go and fight these guys first, because then we can go all the way back over there to get a rather premium treasure. So that's what we're going to do. Get a premium treasure. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. See if aggression will work okay. Probably not. Because, well, maybe if I blitz the other guy as well. No, it's just the one. Okay. Well, you can go back to Relentless after this. Nice and easy. Nothing to it. I mean, the preemptive strike helped, obviously. That makes a bit of a difference. Alright, so we've got an Orion and 2 Vespid soldiers, I think. Unless that's a Viking. Might be a Viking. Whoop. Damn it, lightning. Alright, it's fine, we'll make it work. No arrow, actually. Why are you targeting the Viking? Who would want to fight the Viking first out of all these guys? Fight the guys that are going to disrupt you first. I mean, I guess the Viking will disrupt us a little bit as well, but, you know. Alright, Delta attack. Get these guys out of my way. I should probably actually... Yeah, I should probably actually go do this instead.
Thank you.
Okay, back on your feet, soldier. Let Hope get this going a little bit. Everybody else can take care of things with Fang. I think we just go with Relentless now, honestly. I feel like we should be able to make it work like this. I mean, we're a little low on HP, but it shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. Okay. Now back to this. As I say, you guys gonna get the other guy, or I don't know if I have access to renew yet on lightning, so I'm gonna assume I don't and just go from there. All right, you're yeah, immune to fire, so I gotta do something about that. One more. Go to aggression. Never come down. Trying to line it up so I do it after Fang does it, basically. Gonna have to hurry, though. Because we're probably not going to get this guy before he goes all the way down. Yeah, we're just a little too far away with the damage, unfortunately. We just need a little more, and then we could get him in the one, but it might just be, honestly, it might just be a situation where I just need to, like, use aggression for a little bit when they get him by himself, and then just go from there. I don't know. But inside here, if I can get to the chest in time, we get what I would consider to be one of the best accessories in the game. It's probably a debatable way of looking at it, but it's the Whistle Wind Scarf. And I'll show you what it does once we get over here. Let me just get to the save point first, and then we can spend all that CP and talk about it. So, Whistle Wind Scarf. I will do this time. Whoops. There we go. It only levels up to level 2, so it has its effect right away. I'm probably not going to equip it right now because the silver bangles are still working pretty well for us, but what it does is it gives you the ATB advantage skill, and what that does is it gives you a single gauge of ATB before a battle begins. So you effectively, it's almost like giving yourself a small charge for a preemptive strike. If you upgrade this and then use Rodochrosite in order to boost it up, I think it's Rodochrosite anyway, it turns into the Aurora Scarf, which gives you an entire ATB bar to work with before a battle starts. And that's really solid. And let me take a drink and then I'll talk about how I'm planning on using it. Because I'm planning on using these things on everybody. I'm going to give every single person in the entire party, all 6 characters are going to get a Whistle Wind Scarf. Out of those 6, 4 of them will get an Aurora Scarf. Not all 6, because you'll always be in control of the party leader. And the problem with giving yourself an Aurora Scarf when you're the party leader is that you're wasting time. You have a full bar, but you have to manually input commands, so unless you click auto chain or auto battle or whatever, you're going to waste time. And since I'm not using the auto battle command for basically much of anything, I'd rather just have the 1 ATB, because then by the time I get to the point where I'm fully charged, I've entered all my commands in. But if you give the AI Aurora Scarves, they will have their commands inputted immediately as soon as they get into battle, and they'll just immediately start fighting, and they'll continue to move. So that's what ATB Advantage will get for us, and then I forget what, I think it's First Strike is the name of the skill when they have the full bar on the Aurora Scarf, excuse me. But yeah, so we're going to use this. We might not use this chapter, but we will start using it probably as late as chapter 11. I'm going to start using it. Basically, once we get our 3rd accessory slot, it'll be more prevalent in the party order. The other thing that Lightning specifically gets at the moment, because of the Axis Blade she has equipped, is the ATB rate skill, and that adds on top of the Axis Blade's ATB charge ability that it already has, and it makes her ATB gauge recharge 10% faster. So if she has this, and then there's one other accessory I'm going to get for her later, it'll increase that recharge rate to 15%, and on top of that, she'll also get 50% of a bar every time, or 50% of 1 ATB gauge every time she finishes a string of attacks. So you can see how that would build on top of each other, and it would snowball to the point where Lightning will become, to coin a phrase, lightning fast. So that's what we're looking for with her, and it's what we're going to be planning on using pretty shortly for her. So that's the plan. We probably, like I said, won't use the Whistlewind Scarf just yet, but it will come in handy shortly. So as soon as next chapter, honestly. We'll see. I'll have to see how the enemies react to me attacking them with it. We didn't get roll level for you here yet, so let's grab that while we're thinking about it. That way that's done. I don't remember where you get your accessory and stuff. You get here, Blindside. Oh, that's not bad, especially since we have Fang and Snow to help us with sentineling, so Blindside will come in handy. Scourge, and then your roll level. What do we get in Medic? Probably just stats, right? She gets something over there. It's probably Renew. Oh no, that's... Okay, that's Raise, so yeah, that probably is Renew. Yeah. Okay. I might go get Renew, honestly. I'm planning on actually using Renew, so it might actually come in slightly handy here. I don't really need Raise, but I'll just go grab it just because. Get the extra magic power. That won't be terrible for her, so... Alright, and then for Hope, we didn't get your Ravager roll level, so let's grab that real quick. There we go. We could work on Synergist, I guess, maybe. Gets Veil here, Boon there. It's not bad. What do you get for Medic? You already have Cura, so that's kind of the most important thing. Get Renew. I'm not planning on using you as party leader, so I don't really need Renew on you as badly as I do on, say, Lightning or Saz. So I guess we'll just work on Synergist. I don't remember where Hope gets his accessory and stuff, though. We'll have to see about that. Alright, but he's got Boon now, so that means when he gives us a new buff, it will automatically increase the duration of the previous buffs that he gave us. I think if I remember right, it just refreshes the whole rate. So, like, if he gave us Protect, and then he gave... Like, if he gave us Protect on one of his ATB bars, and then 4 seconds passed, and then he gave us Shell on the next ATB bar, I'm pretty sure Protect goes back to its maximum duration if he... Once he gives us Shell. Excuse me. So I think that that's the case. That should be pretty great. Even if it just extends it by a little bit, that's also pretty great. Alright, so you've been working on Commando, so let's just finish that off for you. There we go. Because you're kind of our de facto Commando at the moment. Dispel and Curse. Can I get to those? Yeah, I have just enough CP. Well, a little bit to spare to get to all of those, so... Oh yeah, right, it's not going anywhere because I need to set a course. So let's set a course for Curse. Don't want to go that way just yet. We'll come back and get this HP at the next junction, and then we'll go back and get Kurska. We shouldn't really need Kurska, but I'll get it anyway just for the hell of it. It's not like the other situations where it's on her Sentinel chart and she can get Entrench or Vendetta where I just directly want to avoid them. In this particular case, Kurska probably won't come in handy ever, but it's probably better to grab it just in case there's ever a situation I want to use it, so we'll see about it. There we go. And we'll grab Overwhelm while we're at it. Then we can get one more. So let's get one more. There we go. And look at that, Snow's almost done with his Ravager roll level as well. Still got a ways to go because he's got all of his Commando stuff, but I don't know, it seems like he has less to do on his Crystarium, at least for now, than other people. Maybe he just starts with better stats. I don't know. We might have some stuff to sell, and we might have to buy some potions while we're at it as well. Oh, I guess I can buy one. And then... Yes, I just bought the one potion. Thank you for reminding me, game. I don't think I need to do any of that stuff. We have a couple credit chips and a couple of incentive chips, so I guess we'll sell those. There we go. And now, I guess we can go from there. I'm going to probably keep that Uraninite, honestly. I don't think I have no plans on using it, because I'm planning on only using Tier 1 weapons by the end game, but I should probably keep it just in case, because it might, like, if it comes to a situation where Tier 1 weapons just aren't enough to get us through the whole game, I don't see why it would ever get to that situation, because people have beaten this game without any upgrades at all. But if it ever does come to that, I'd rather have the upgrade materials so I can actually, like, fix that, you know, and get that all taken care of before it becomes a problem. But we'll see.
You know what to do.
build multiple bars while we're at it here. Okay, we got a stagger in the middle of the thing. Good. Finish you off while we're at it. Fang, whenever you're ready to get a bar, so we don't waste our stuff here.
Time for another approach.
Not arrow. I'll wait. There we go. Well, we're walking right into the Aroga, but that's fine. I can just do this and then ruin it up. Probably didn't need to do that, but yeah, we can top off a little bit. And we'll go from there. Does Cyclone actually do anything for him? Like, I've never seen him actually do anything with Cyclone, like these Vespid soldiers. They might have to use it before they can use Aroga, but it just seems weird that they would have a skill called Cyclone. Like, wouldn't they just have a... Like, if it's needed to cast Aroga, wouldn't it just be, like, charging Aroga or something? I would think that would make more sense, but I don't know. What do I know, right? Alright, switch on over. I guess I'll wait, since I'm being bamboozled by a tornado. I'll switch after. I was going to say, we should be able to get him without any issues from here. Alright, that takes care of that. Now, that's the idea here, Hope. Staying focused. Oh good, the soldiers and the Orion both want my bacon. That's fun. Or the Viking. Sorry, I keep calling it an Orion even though it's a Viking. Not even going to bother with him just yet. Get the Dragoons first. Let him do his weak attacks because they seem to do all their stronger attacks after a certain point, so... maybe we need solidarity. Alright, we'll just build the bar a little bit. Okay, that should be good enough. And beat them up. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do, right? Before, we've been having trouble with this guy's HP if we just kind of go straight to Relentless Assault with him. So instead of going straight to Relentless Assault, I'm gonna inflict some prior damage on him with Aggression. And then we'll switch over once we get that prior damage up. Do this, and then we'll go over to Relentless Assault. And with all that extra aggression that we did there, it should actually make it a little easier for us to keep the whatchamacallit, the bar, the stagger bar, moving upward.
Change of plan.
And we'll see if we make it. I don't know if we will. We'll see. No, not this turn. Getting ahead of myself. Maybe if we switch over to aggression really quickly after this, we'll make it. Yeah, actually, we'll make it without it. See, but there you go. That's, I guess that makes it one staggerable. At least more easily in one stagger than it would have been otherwise. So, we were having a little trouble doing that in one stagger previously. What in the hell are all those enemies over there? I don't know if I want to go deal with that, but I guess I'm probably going to have to, huh? Alright, more Dragoons and another Viking. There might be a chest over there. Let's go see. Go fight and go see. Nope, no chest. Alright then.
On your toes.
I think I'll switch to Delta attack right away, actually, in this particular case, because then we can just kind of focus our way through the Dragoons. Wait. There we go. Wait, I'm doing something wrong. We'll just do a couple of ruins and then should be able to go from there. Not yet, actually. Let me do this first. And then go. Alright. Back to this. Another potion for me, please. Yeah, even without the doctor's code, just the ability to quickly give yourself back that little chunk of HP sometimes is just enough to make me feel somewhat safe anyway. So. Hope you're not superstitious, Fang. Good lord. Underwater. Okay, there we go. Do one more. Go over to... do we go straight to another Relentless, or do we go Aggression? No, I think we go to another Relentless just to build the bar a little more. So... do this again, then we'll go over to Aggression after that's done. Okay. Ruins. And then back here, keep him suspended in the air. And yeah, we got him this time. No problem. I got the strategy down now. Sometimes it just takes a little practice. Good CP as well. And it's actually like, sometimes I look at those fights and I'm like, okay, this is going to be annoying, but once you get the strategy down and you know how to do it in one stagger, it's a lot more manageable, so. Oh, that's why, because it's a bunch of these little deck drone guys. Okay, well, it's probably Delta attack time. See how that goes after we get this going. Hold on. Yeah, it's definitely Delta attack time. Alright, yeah, just blitz, actually. Bunch them all up as best we can around Fang. Probably 2 Delta attack things would work pretty well here too, although Lightning's getting back a ton of bar just from the fact that the Axis... Like, this is what happens when you use her in big groups, though. Because look, she's got almost 2 ATB bars from a level 1 Axis Blade, just from having her hit multiple targets like that, so... pretty great. Alright, so since they don't seem to be caring about the fact that I'm... wait, hang on. Wrong one. There we go. And the fact that I have a Sentinel, let's just do this. Okay, go back to Relentless, get a row good, so I'm gonna wait. Yep. And off we go.
Let's keep this up.
Not bad at all. Good CP from these guys too. That's actually better than what we got from the Viking and the Dragoons. So that's nice. Means that all this should build our... I was a little concerned about whether or not we were going to get all the way to the end of everybody's stage 6s by the end of this chapter, but honestly, at this point, it's looking a little more likely with every passing minute. What the hell is happening? Alright, anyway, we'll just do this and blitz it up since Lightning will just build the whole bar while she's at it. Like, look at that. That's absurd. And again, we haven't even, like, fully done her stuff up yet, and she's already getting, like, 2 bars out of this? That's nuts. I also like just the clang! Clang! Every time she hits the guys, too. That's fun. Like, look, we're already back to full, okay? Like, we've hit so many people that we've got almost 3 full bars from this. It's atrocious, okay? And again, this is one of those things where it's just like, it makes it fun to just mess around with Lightning as party leader when you do this. So, and obviously the further you go, the less you can do because there's just not as many targets, but it's fine. Alright, back to Blitz again. These guys are together, so... Oh, you guys went apart from each other. A bunch of dickheads. Alright, we can probably just go straight to aggression after this, honestly, though. It's a lot more fun, though, when you have Lightning being able to do that with a Sentinel, because... Oh my god, almost 1,000 CP from that one fight. Because then Lightning can just kind of, like... She's not in danger while she's in the midst of blitzing or ravaging, you know what I mean? So it just makes it a little bit simpler. Vespid Soldier. That's the one I want. Let me just let Fang take the hate while we get almost a full bar out of all this. There we go. Like, we're already full again. It just gets so ridiculous. And again, it's one of the reasons why you want to have a Sentinel in this group at the very least if you're going to have Lightning doing all this ATB charging with the Axis Blade. Because the Sentinel kind of allows her to have all the enemies get bunched up, which really helps, because then she can just kind of plow right through all the enemies with Blitz, which is pretty strong. And again, obviously the Axis Blade's attack power is not the best, but it makes up for the fact that it has low attack power simply by being able to allow her to just attack over and over and over and over again, like as crazily as it's been happening for us here. So
Hardly worth the effort.
I don't know about that, Fang. We're about to get 1,000 more CP from that. 821, see? Actually went better when we had all those deck drones together. I think it might be worth it, honestly, to... Well, maybe not farm here for CP, but... because you can't get incentive chips and credit chips from here, so it might not be worth it to do it here specifically. But I suppose the fights are pretty simple. You just have a Sentinel help out, and then there you go. If you're going to farm anywhere in this chapter, I would farm in a place where... And this is kind of like a catch-all for farming in this game in general. If you're going to farm or grind anywhere in this game, I would farm or grind in places where you can get not only CP pretty easily, but also money pretty easily. Because CP is nice, but once you run out of things to spend it on, you realize, oh shit, I haven't been getting any money, and I could have gotten money while I was doing this too. It just kills 2 birds with 1 stone, which I think is a little bit more optimal, personally. Alright, so we'll get raise for you here. Whoops, I figured that was going to take me back here. It did not. And we have enough for 2 more nodes, more strength, more blitzing. Sweet. Gonna have quite a bit of CP to spend once we get back to Vanille and Saz as well, now that I think about it. We were doing Synergist for you. Get you the HP. Ooh, look at all these HP nodes. Definitely need those. Not gonna be able to get another 3 magic though, because not enough CP. And for you, I think we were working on Saboteur. Yeah, we got Curse. So let's grab this HP node. I'll go back and grab this. Don't really need the magic at the moment since you're mostly doing physical stuff, but yeah, it'll help. As for Snow, keep working on Ravager for him since we were working that up pretty good. Won't get to the end of it just now, but we're almost there. Because that's like 2,000, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. So we'll either get close to the end or we'll be at the end by the time we get to the boss, because there's still a little bit to go here in this chapter, so... But, yeah, we'll figure it out as we go. Also probably going to keep the perfect conductors because they're slightly better than the superconductors, and I don't think you can buy perfect conductors for a little while yet, so probably more worth it to do that. It might not be a bad idea, though, to upgrade the, whatchamacallit up at this point, the Whistlewind Scarf, so I think I'm going to do that, because I know I'm going to keep it, and I know I want it. I just want it to be at star level, even if I don't upgrade this one, just because I think it would be more... I like looking at the stars, you know what I mean? I like seeing that they're all starred there. It helps with the whole... I don't know if it's an OCD thing or what, but it just makes me feel better about it, you know? So, alright, how much does a perfect conductor add? Oh, 1181. Okay, cool. I just need 1 silicone oil, actually, for the doctor's code, and I can just max that out real quick, so I'll just keep that in mind. And this thrust bearing, which we have 3 of, we'll just max this out without even having to worry about it, so there you go. Just get that going. And yeah, like I said, you can upgrade it with Rhodochrosite, and that'll upgrade it to an Aurora Scarf, which I think needs a little bit more than 350 to get to star level, but that's what I'm going to do with the Rhodochrosites that we're going to get over the next little bit here, because it's just a little bit simpler to do it that way. So, alright, one of these will star this, so we can dismantle that once I'm done using it, which I'll probably still use it in this chapter, honestly. I feel like it'll come in more handy in the boss fight of this chapter, because the black belts don't fall off yet. It's just that they won't be as useful as they could be in this next boss fight, because the next boss fight... Well, not the next boss fight, because there's multiple boss fights in this chapter, but the boss at the end of this chapter doesn't use physical attacks, so it uses magic instead. So we'll just have to keep that in mind. Kind of like the Enki and Enlil fight where they use magic, although I think they use physical attacks as well, but this one uses pretty much exclusively magic. Oh good, back to this again. Just do a little Watera and then instantly switch over to Delta attack so I can stop getting staggered. You know, once she gets everything. I think I need to aim for one a little closer to the center of the group here. Because they're not all bunched up yet. Maybe I should just aim for the one that's staggered. Get rid of that one first, it'll be a little easier. Because he's got the most potential to be damaged out of all this, so... Yeah, so there isn't as much AoE potential in this game as I think there is in other Final Fantasy games, but honestly, like, when you get the build to the point where it can do AoE pretty efficiently, it gets pretty strong. Especially if you can hit all 3 of the enemies at once. Alright, let's use a potion real quick, just in case they start tornado kicking or something.
Easy.
And that takes care of that. Not much to it. Yeah, definitely keep the black belt on Fang for now, even though, you know, I was saying that it might be worth it to, you know, equip the Doctor's Code or stuff like that. But definitely keep the black belt on Fang, because since she's taking the brunt of the physical attacks at the moment while we deal with all the little guys, it's much simpler to just do it that way, so...
Change of plan. Out of my way.
We'll probably nick the Viking a little bit in the process of taking care of the little guys here, but it should be okay. We should be able to handle it. Because they're all going to come after Fang anyway, so... Alright, so let's start ruining with this guy, just because that way we can deal with the deck drones one at a time without accidentally clipping the Viking so much that he starts using his flame whatever thing. Yeah, you know what? It's fine. Back to Blitz. We're not going to deal that much damage to him. As a matter of fact, the damage that we deal to him might be sufficient to get him down on HP enough to actually, like, make it so we don't have to use aggression when we're fighting him in one stagger, like we were previously. Alright, we'll let Hope top everybody off real quick. While I get rid of this guy. Might not be able to get rid of him in just the one here. Yeah, that's okay. I don't think we did enough damage. I'm going to go to aggression. Do a little more damage to him before we switch back over. We'll go here. Then we'll move our way up the chain. Alright. Back to this, do 2 rounds of this, then we'll go over to aggression, and I think at that point we should have him pretty much.
Keep the enemy off balance.
That's the idea. I thought for a second I had 2 blitzes charged there. I was like, wait a minute, did I stick ruins in there or not? Oops. But I did, so it's fine. Just leave him hanging. Yeah, getting quite a few good upgrade materials here. We'll probably have enough to do a little bit of upgrading to our accessories as well. Oh, looks like we can grab a thing down there. How do I get down there? It's got to be like a ramp or something that lets me in. Probably behind these guys, if I had to guess. Yes, no, maybe so. Or do I just hop down somewhere? Oh, I see. Okay. That makes sense. Ooh, wrong way. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be moving across that while it's discharging heat like that. Seems like a bad idea. But what am I going all this way for? Let's go find out. I'm having to wait multiple times in order to get it. Also, why is the convection from these thrusters not just like... Like, I understand I'm not on top of it, I'm not in the middle of it and getting burned or something, but like, I feel like the convection from it would probably just like explode my skin, even though I'm standing a little bit away from it, you know. Okay, I went all that way for 300 gil. Come on now. Excuse me. Alright, so we got dragoons everywhere. Let's go fight the Viking and the Vespid soldiers over here first before we go fight the other guys. Especially on a preemptive strike, it should make it a little simpler. Let's get rid of at least one Vespid soldier from the preemptive, and then we can go from there. Yeah, we lost the preemptive for this one, but that's okay. Make it work. Oh, he's staggered. Okay. Well, we'll have to get the bar going anyway. Actually, the prior damage should make it a little simpler for us to take care of him. Let Fang do her 3 things. Okay, I guess we'll let Hope do his stuff too. Then off we go. We're off to the races. Alright, go here. Build the bar a little bit more. By the way, I forget if while I'm just kind of doing stuff that we've already seen done before, I forget if I actually did my math correctly the first time we talked about how Odin works in this game. When I was talking about it, the way that the formula actually works, in case I misspoke previously and I just didn't do the math correctly, the way that the formula actually works is that you multiply Odin's strength by 3, and then you multiply that by the square of whatever the stagger bar is. And by that I mean, since the stagger bar is a percentage, you have to divide it by 100 first, and then take that number that you get at the end of that division, square that number, multiply it by 3, and multiply it by Odin's strength value. And that determines how much HP the enemy can have before Odin's Zantetsuken instantly kills them. So, just something to keep in mind, I guess. Was there a chest up there that I just didn't get because I didn't bother looking? Might be. Let's go look. Okay, I didn't go all the way down this way. I don't think it's a chest that I actually care about, but, you know, might be worthwhile. And look, see, all the enemies have repopulated just from walking over in this direction, so all those deck drones that you can get... Yeah, there's a chest over there. All those deck drones you can get the 2000 CP or whatever from, they're back. Alright, so anyway, I think we just take care of these guys normally. Like, we're gonna get missile bursts, but I'm okay with that, you know. Like, this is one of those fights where it's like, okay, whatever, this is basically free at this point. It's a little tricky the first time we fought Psycom Dragoons with just Snow and Hope, but at this point it's like, okay, whatever, we got this. We've got it so hard that we've almost gotten to the point where we're only getting 4 stars out of it instead of 5, but, you know. There we go. Alright, what's in here? 13 barbed tails. I mean, I guess it's organic material that we can use to, you know, redo our stuff, but not really something I'm super concerned about, you know. Alright, did anything repopulate down here? No. Good. That means I can go do whatever the hell this is gonna be. How many of these Dragoons are gonna be in this fight with the Viking? That's my question. All of them. Well, at least 2 of them. 3 of them. Got it. Alright then. I guess I might Delta attack this one, actually. Just because then we can blitz them to Kingdom Come, while Fang takes care of keeping them all under wraps. I'll do one more. Then I'll go to Solidarity, so hopefully get us up a little bit.
Thanks.
And then we'll go back to Delta attack in just a second. Get a little bit more on her there. Oh, there we go. That's good enough.
Come on then.
And, yeah, I guess we'll stick to this for now. I could probably go over to Relentless Assault, though, just to get this done real quick. So the Fang doesn't take all the damage from here, because if we spread it out a little bit more, it'll make it a little easier to take care of the Viking, so... Potion! And then we'll do one more round of this, and then we should have enough prior damage on him at that point to actually make this work. I don't think I want to do Thundara Watera, though. I think I want to just do these, because that'll get us more damage, I think. I haven't really looked, to be honest, at how much damage we get out of doing whatchamacallit. Thunder Water versus just one Thundara and one Watera. I'd have to look. Alright. just keep him suspended in midair real quick for a little bit. So he can't use his little flame rod thing. Alright, I was going to take a drink, but I don't think I'm going to want to do that just yet. Maybe now. Yeah, we should be okay, I think. From one more little volley here. Yep.
And I was just getting started.
Unfortunately, he's just getting finished, Fang. Oh, incentive chip and credit chip from that fight. Dragoons gave us a decent reward out of that. Now, you guys really think, after I just took care of those guys, that the 4 of you are going to be able to handle us? We just took care of, like, 3 of you and an Orion. Come on, now. What do you think this is? I'll tell you what this is. This is a Delta attack moment. All that missile bursting that we just ate in the face, despite not being the main target, definitely not what we want. Looks like we're only hitting this guy, so... Alright, go to Solidarity, we'll work the bar a little bit here. Let Hope get us topped off. Then we'll go from there. I'll just go to Relentless Assault. We don't really need it after a certain point here. Like the Sentinel, that is. Because we should be able to take care of 1 guy per ATB refresh, basically, if we keep this up. So, yeah, see. Might be worth it to top Fang off, though. Just a little bit. Might be worth it to top her off even more since she's at 192 now. I'll go Solidarity just to top her off so she doesn't get missile burst to death. I was gonna say, hurry up, Lightning, or we're gonna lose that stagger. Lost it anyway. No. And 1 more should wrap this up. There we go.
Hardly worth the effort.
It might have been worth it, honestly, to not use Pandoran Spear for now. Just because, like, if we still had the Bladed Lance, it might be more worth it to use that for now, just because it's got more attack power on it. Although, then that would affect your target time, so you gotta keep that in mind, too. No, Spark Ring. Okay. Probably be somewhat handy. Okay, well, don't want to go that way. That's definitely going to lead to problems. No save point over here either. Makes me think that we were going to get a save point here, but we have not. I'll just keep going. It's fine. We'll reach our destination in a moment and see what that has for us in store.
Nothing I can't handle.
It will be very nice once we get Saz back in the party, though, like with the rest of the party, because then he can bestow Vigilance on everybody. And with Vigilance available for everybody, we will be in much better shape. At least in my opinion. Then we won't stagger as much. It's nice once you start getting 4 ATB bars, though, for everybody, because by this point in the game, you don't have to... Ooh, that's 5,000 gil. You don't have to really worry as much about, like, okay, well, I need to make sure I, wait every 3, because some people have 3 bars and some people have 4. Once you get 4 bars for everybody, well, almost everybody, it basically just comes down to, okay, every 2 times you do something, switch, and then you get your refresh, so it's pretty nice. I don't think I have a paradigm for this guy with Saboteur.
Because when we kill it, we're 1 step closer to Vanille. How's that? Well, when you put it that way.
Seems pretty convincing. Alright, let's just Libra him and see if he's a Calavinka striker. See if he's vulnerable to any of the status stuff. Yeah, he's vulnerable to slow and curse. So I think it might be worth it to retry this one. Get a paradigm with Saboteur so we can get slow and curse on him and then go from there. So, because this is like the chapter 3 boss on steroids, basically. So, are you going to put me all the way back here? The pain in my nuts. Okay, well, we'll fight these guys again then. I guess that's one way to quote-unquote grind as well, is because you can just, like, respawn these guys. I mean, I guess that's not terrible either, because then you can, you know, get incentive chips and stuff, but I don't know, this seems counterintuitive to me. I wouldn't do this. Hell, even if it wasn't for the fact that I think money's pretty easy to come by because I'm not doing 100% of the game. But, you know. Couldn't sleep, so you return like a bad itch that you can't quite get at. I don't know if I'd compare you to a bad itch. Bad itches are annoying, Marie, and I would not consider you annoying. So welcome back. I was going to fight Kalvinka Striker just then, but then I said, you know, he's susceptible to slow and curse, so let's go back and, like, put a paradigm out that has Fang actually being a Saboteur, because I don't have that at the moment. And then they made me fight one of the fights that was right before him again. So, and I guess we got one extra incentive chip out of it. So, there we go. Let's see, how would I want to do this? I might switch this one to Rav Rav Sab, actually. I don't know that we'll need Solidarity and Delta Attack and all that. So, and actually, since that's the case, I'm going to switch this up, and I'm going to put this as Comrav Sab. Let's do it like that, actually, and start in Ruthless, actually, so that way we can kind of, like, just in case we need to stabilize, like, that way we can stabilize the bar right away. Fang can get slow and curse on him pretty quickly, and then we can go from there. Is it worth it using a Fortisol and Aegisol here? I don't think so. I'm just gonna do it. Let's see what happens. Again, this is one of those things, though, with Fortisol and Aegisol with me, is that, like, I'm like, do I need to use it for this fight? And then I'm like, no, I don't need to. And then I end up having like a dozen of both by the end of the game. It's like, well, I forgot to use it, or I elected not to.
How do you figure this makes us lucky? Because when we kill it, we're one step closer to Vanille. How's that? Well, when you put it that way...
When you put it that way, this scene is short enough to where I don't mind watching it again. So we will just watch it again. Alright, go ahead and get slow and curse on him. If we need you to do some tanking, we'll let you do it. Got slow real quick, that's good. And no curse, so Smart Bomb next. So Curse, once she gets it on him, which she just did pretty quickly, Curse causes him to stagger more when we hit him, even though he's not staggered. So, like, he'll, well, not really stagger, but he'll flinch when we hit him a little more easily. I gotta use a different word because that way we don't get it confused. So, but yeah, so it'll make him flinch more when we hit him, even if he's not staggered, which can sometimes help because sometimes that'll just knock him directly out of an attack pattern that he's using. It happened in the Vanille and Saz part where we knocked him out of one of the bosses out of an attack that he was going to use. It was a big attack that probably would have chunked a bunch of our HP, so... We might be able to get him before we lose the thing. What's he absorbing, though? Because he's absorbing something. Oh, he absorbs lightning. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, we should get him before the bar goes all the way down. If not, it'll be really close. There we go. Nice and easy. 1280 Christogen points. Soul Font Talisman. I forget what that does, to be honest. But thanks. That seemed pretty simple, though. Oh, okay, bye. Ah, he has a friend. That's why that was so easy.
Another one.
One big fat stroke of luck after another. I'm so happy I could cry.
I'm sure you could, Snow. I'm sure you could. Wonder if this one's going after Saz and Vanille instead of us.
Will ya?
Come down here.
That's it, Snow. Provoke him. Oh, okay. So, did we miss the party? How did you guys blow up the wall anyway? Did you have some, like, homebrew explosives stashed somewhere?
There you are.
Where's Lightning's chain gun blade now? It'd be useful here. Yeah, she never uses it again after the Sky Tank, unfortunately. They're not far enough away for her AI to prioritize using it. So. Okay, well, we got the same team again, so it should be the same as it was previously. Yep, exactly the same. So we will just do it exactly the same as we did previously. And see if she gets curse up real quick. No, so we'll just go from here. Again, the higher the chain gauge goes, the more she can get curse, the more easily she can get curse up. So if you're not having any luck getting it quickly, it's probably just because you don't have the chain gauge high enough. So, all right, solidarity, stabilize the gauge, let hope heal us. Then we'll go back to probably relentless assault and like now. But yeah, see how he continues to get staggered even though we're okay, it might not stagger here, but you see how he was continuing to get staggered from all of our attacks even though he wasn't, well, staggered just there. That's because he was cursed, so that helps quite a bit with that. I'm just going to top Hope off with a potion, actually. I might have gotten Renew already, actually. No, I didn't get it for Lightning. Ooh, it's a good thing I did. Alright, and then go back to this. If he dies, I'll just use a Phoenix down on him. It's fine. Like now. And just go back to bringing the pain. Build the bar a little more with a 2B refresh. This time I won't heal him by accidentally casting Thunder on him, despite him absorbing it. Yeah, Phoenix Downs are really good in this game. They heal 70% of your max HP when you use them, so that's why I'm like, okay, if they die, as long as I'm not the one dying, I don't care, you know. So it's like I got Phoenix Downs, I can buy them. They're like 1,000 gil, no big deal. Also, this boss theme really grew on me. Yeah, it gets better as you go, I think. So, Smart Bomb. I read Spirit Bomb. Could tell I just woke up from not being able to sleep. That's okay. We still made him eat it. We got a Blessed Talisman out of that as well. That gives Auto Faith, which is not bad. I might actually use that for this chapter, but it sells for a pretty good chunk of money too, so I may not. We'll see. We have plenty of money, though, to use for next time, so... And now the whole gang's together. How sweet. Okay, well, I was gonna say, should we look away, or...
Bang, there's something I need to tell you.
Making me worry like that. We'll talk later, Missy.
How much later are we talking here? See, I forgot the reasoning as to why they don't talk about, well, Vanille's whole shtick, where she's like, no, I remember and Fang doesn't, and also we never finished, you know, what we were supposed to do, even though we got crystallized, so...
Give Cocoon back to the people.
Okay.
Fal'Cie have called the shots for long enough.
If we pull this off, it'll be a miracle.
So...
Well, good thing Lady Luck's on our side.
I don't know about that, but anyway, oh, good, great, fantastic. Maybe we should go inside before more of them show up.
Check this out. A miracle. Grand Pulse style.
Fang, what are you...
Vanille, go fish.
Oh,
Got it.
good. I was gonna say, you're gonna have to fish a little faster. How far out do those things go? In any case, Fang is the resident high wind of this game. That's why she can jump so high. If the spear wasn't enough of an indication.
All right. Let's get on.
So I guess we've got a ride. That's cool. Are we leaving? Because that's where I'd go. I'd be leaving right now. I'd be following Mr. Owl out into the sky. So he can give me advice, without me even needing to get the beak for him. I don't think we'll ever play Link's Awakening for the stream. I never finished it, and I got bored of it when I tried it a few years ago. So they don't make seatbelts for these things. Hold on tight, Hope.
Yeah. Lady Bad Luck.
Yeah. Well, Saz, maybe if you, I don't know, got on somewhere, instead of just hanging on for dear life, you might be in better shape. Okay, well, that'll help, I guess. I do have a question, though. Why are we trying to get on the front of the ship? Aren't we supposed to be getting on the back of the ship so the cavalry can just, you know, get us out of here?
I had my doubts.
Like, why are we getting on the front of the ship?
I also believe that if we stuck together, somehow we could change our fate.
Well, teamwork makes the dream work, Vanille. And miracles and dreams aren't that far off from one another. Oh, that is a fishing rod. That's a weapon choice. Yeah, it's something. Not my first decision for a weapon, but I mean, the last game that these developers worked on, because these are the same developers that worked on Final Fantasy X, and one guy had a ball as his weapon in that game, and one person had a doll. So,
We're still gonna have our talk.
not really shocking.
So let's survive this first, yeah?
Right.
Alright then, just, you know, prevent Vanille from having character development for a little while. What did Lightning just say there, though? Like, she said, who's in there? Because that's part of the sticking point for me, because, like, the reason why we're going to the front of the ship here is because we're going to go confront Daisley, the Primarch. But why are we confronting Daisley? He's human. As far as these characters are aware, he's human. So what good would that do? I mean, I guess you just topple the Pope, but, like, what if he's the only one that could communicate with the fal'Cie and you just knock him off? Well, what do you do then? Then the fal'Cie just says, okay, fuck everybody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just, It seems like, why are we doing this again? Like, let's just leave. I know Vanille's whole let's just run away thing didn't work out previously, but I feel like if we beat a retreat, we could make, like, a coordinated attack with the cavalry in order to make this not silly, but oh, okay. Yeah, she said Daisley. Okay, that's what I thought she said because I wasn't paying attention. But I'm like, why are we going after Daisley again? Like, what purpose does that serve in this moment? Shouldn't we just get out of here so we can, like, reassess and counterattack when they're more vulnerable than this? Because this is not exactly vulnerable. Anyway, now that the whole party's together, you can change the composition of the battle team by pressing triangle to open the main menu and then selecting paradigms. And you can select battle team in there, and that lets you switch members out of the party. If you change the members of your party, though, it resets your paradigm deck, which means you'll have to redo your paradigms every single time you move a party member into or out of the party. The game does not remember them, even if you have the same party composition that you had previously. So, as a result of that, it's one of the reasons why I said, okay, so now that I know that that's the case, I need to make a dedicated battle party and a dedicated boss fight party. Because if I have a party for random battles and a party for boss fights, then I'm switching them out as little as humanly possible, and that makes it a lot easier to have to micromanage paradigms than, let's say, if I was trying to switch them out for specific people in every single fight that we do, because then it's like, I'm going to spend half the game in the menu from here on out if I had to do that. So I don't really want to do that. So, kill the Pope, it's a trope, yeah, and to be fair, I don't think it's a huge spoiler to say in the previous game these guys worked on, Kill the Pope was a priority as well, so... Okay, so this gives auto shell, and this gives auto faith, which I guess both are okay. Especially given the boss fight that's coming up, where there's a lot of magic getting slung around, but yeah, we'll figure that part out. Anyway, in order to get there, though, we have to get some other stuff first, and we'll actually get Snow's weapon in just a moment as a result of this, so... That should help us out quite a bit. How do I want to do this? Oh, and I forgot to mention, at the moment, even if you want to, you can't actually bring Lightning out of your party at this time. She is required to be party leader for this chapter and for chapter 10. So even though you can swap the members of your party around between the reserve and the active, you can't actually swap Lightning out of the leader spot until chapter 11. Which is, I guess, one way to specifically say, no, she's the main character and fuck you if you think otherwise, but I guess. Anyway, we're right next to a save point, so let's just... where does this go anyway? Okay. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that we can go access. Before we do that, let me just see if there's anything behind me. Doesn't look like it, but just in case. Okay, no, there's nothing behind me. But bridge access will take us down to the, well, the bridge down there, which will let us access the fight against Daisley or his subordinates if he decides to run away, which is distinctly possible because, I mean, you know, if he's the guy that answers to the fallacy, that means he's got to be the second to last boss in the game, and we're not nearly done with the game yet, so I don't know. Feels like it's too easy, you know. Okay, well, we'll get Renew now, so just grab that real quick. And then move right along, and do we have enough to get this? Yes, we do. Okay. Well, finish Medic for Lightning, so that's good. Now she's just got Commando to work on. Got a lot of Commando to work on, to be fair. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16,000 to get her there. But that's probably about how much everybody else needs after all of the CP I'm about to use in order to max them out. So, and that shouldn't be too bad to do. So, I think I was working on Synergist for you. Yeah, I was. Okay. So let's just move this right on up. You will also have enough to finish this out, so there we go. So it's primarily, it's not primarily, but it's just like one roll per person that's left over after this, so that's good. Oh yeah, I was working on Saboteur for you. Yeah, definitely worth it to get Cursed before that boss fight there because, well, as you saw, worked pretty good in that one. Didn't stagger him out of the biggest attack that he had, but I don't know. That was kind of hoping for a lot, to be honest. Why is the Pope in the bridge instead of, oh, I don't know, somewhere safe? Fair question. I don't know that they have the answer, but fair question. Alright, so Snow's done with Ravager. He's got Commando left to work on. He gets Scourge there. That's not bad. Let's work our way up. Alright, and then get this, and we have just enough to get the next one, right? Yep. And Snow will have almost 2,000 HP. As a matter of fact, he should probably have, let's see, 20, 10, 20, so that's 1930, 1970. Yeah, so he'll be just on the cusp of 2,000 HP by the time we're done with this. It's not really it's not really like a guess to say that Snow is going to have the highest HP out of anybody in the party for the entire game, basically. So it's not a stretch, I guess, is the phrase that I'm looking for. Did I get... Okay, I got Power Chain there. So you're good here. Let's just build this all the way up as far as we can. Does this not connect to this node right next to it? Okay, fair enough, I guess. Just go around. Grab Scourge. Grab Jeopardize. So yeah, both of those will be pretty solid for Saz. He gets a lot of the really good Commando abilities. It's another reason why I like using him as one. He just gets a lot of the good stuff, you know. And then this will max out. Good. So now he's just got Ravager left. So it's pretty much one roll per person, like I said. So that's good. And then you have already got that done. What was I working on? Ravager? Yeah. So let's boost up Ravager. Extra strength that you won't need for basically ever, because I don't think I'm ever going to have you actually use strength, but, you know, might as well get it. There's Blazara. And, yep, we can max you out on this roll as well. Okay, and I think that's everybody. So now all we got to do is get that extra about 16,000 CP. I don't know if we'll get it from all the enemies here, but we should get it from the boss fight, so. Now here's my question. I know I just said, oh, it'll be great to have Saz back in the party, because then we can get Vigilance going, but... Yeah, I think with all my commands still being here like this, it might be more worth it to just, like, keep these three in the party for now, just so that way we have, like, our Paradigm deck all set up exactly how I would want it until we get further down in here, because these three can actually work in terms of the actual, like, killing everything around here, and then once we've beaten everything around here, then we can move from there. We can dedicate a battle party once we get closer to the boss fight. So that's what we'll do. Is there anything else that I want to do while I'm thinking about it? Any, like, shopping I'd want to do? I don't think so. Maybe I'll get a few potions and then sell the incentive chips and stuff that we've gotten recently. And these are worth 6,000 apiece. I don't know that I'm going to need these, honestly, because when I get to the boss fight of this one, I'm just going to use a Fortisol and an Aegisol anyway, as long as I remember. But, yeah, I don't really see myself using those. Don't need the Spark Ring, although it might be worth it to keep this one if I remember correctly, because I think it can be useful later, but I don't think it's going to be that useful. We can just use Bar Thunder. So, I think I'm also going to get rid of this. I don't think we'll ever use that or this, so... you know, I guess I could give, like, Hope the Blessed Talisman so he has faith or something to get extra damage off, but, like, it's fine. How many, 100% people and speedrunners are watching me do this and they're just in absolute shambles from me selling all this good stuff? Oh, good, we're over 200,000 gil now. Well, it's not like we're gonna need any. This is the party that the guide recommended, which is why you didn't use it. Whistlewind, not Whisperwind. Help me, I'm screaming. Yeah, no, Whisperwind to me, like, sometimes my brain does that too, and I think it's because of Whisperwind, you-know-what, in Final Fantasy 1. It does that to me. But, like, yeah, no, I do that too, so I get it. Yeah, I don't think we have anything to upgrade at the moment. I think, honestly, the Ember Ring I can also get rid of now that I think about it, so I could probably just, like... Do I have black belts on anybody over here? Like, the silver bangles are fine. I'm just going to leave those there for now. Okay, I've got a black belt on you for now. You don't really need black belts on your reserve party at the moment, although I will be buying some of the upgraded versions of black belts in the next chapter for some of the reserves. So, excuse me. My plan of action is to have kind of basically these parties for the entire game. So, like, we've got Lightning Fang. It's going to be Lightning Fang Hope rather than Lightning Hope Fang, but I'm afraid to switch these two because I'm afraid it'll destroy my paradigms at the moment, so I'm not going to do that just yet. And then the other party will be Saz, Snow, and Vanille, which I can actually switch them. You know, I'm going to do it, whatever. It's fine. Okay, it didn't destroy my paradigms, because it would have said, as soon as I came out of Battle Team there, it would have said paradigms changed or something like that if it did. But yeah, so those are the three for this party. This is going to be the battle party, so they're going to do the random battles, Lightning, Fang, and Hope. And then Saz, Snow, and Vanille are going to do the big fights against single targets or boss battles going forward. But unfortunately, we have to keep Lightning as the party leader for the next 2 chapters, so that means that she's going to have to be part of the boss fights anyway, even if I wanted to use somebody else for the next couple of chapters. So, yeah. We'll just make it work, I guess. Alright, so there's a bunch of treasure to be had around here. There's also a bunch of dragoons and huntresses and a whole bunch of other stuff. If I remember correctly, the battles in here are somewhat simple, at least to start with, against, like, these sorts of soldiers, where it's just, like, you know, not the huntresses and all that stuff. And they're pretty easy to respawn as well, if I remember correctly. I think you can respawn these guys just by going up the thing, like going up to the save point. So, you know, if that's what you're planning on doing, you can probably get incentive chips and credit chips together pretty easily. So, okay, I guess I'll do that. That's fine. Not what I wanted to do, but sure. Is a Sentinel even worth it here? I don't know, but I guess we'll just keep it going. Then we can just do this, get the blitzes going. Almost through to the other side, and Lightning's almost got a full bar after almost no time at all, so, you know, that helps. Alright, send them into orbit real quick. Oh wait, he's not staggered. Oh, that's okay. Be done in a second anyway.
Thanks.
Probably not going to get 5 stars from this one. That's okay. Psycom Destroyer. Did we fight that guy before? Don't think so. We didn't know what his stagger rate was. So unless we just never staggered him previously.
And I was just getting started.
Abusing easy respawns is how you decided to grind in the chapter after the next. Yeah, and there is actually in... I think there's another grind spot in Chapter 10 and another grind spot in Chapter 11 that you could pretty easily abuse for CP. I would personally not use the one that a lot of people use for CP in Chapter 11, simply because of the fact that you can't really grind money as well by doing that one. I personally prefer, like I said a little bit ago, if I'm going to grind in this game, I'd rather be able to grind CP and money at the same time, and there is a really good grind spot for both CP and money later on in Chapter 11, after you get through the initial opening area that you're in. So... Oh, you weren't strong enough to do that spot at all? Yeah, that spot, it can be tough to do at first. There's a way to do it. It's, you kind of have to actually use, if we're thinking of the same spot, there's two really strong enemies, but you're guaranteed to get a preemptive strike on that fight because they're focused on each other rather than you. So, if you do the fight correctly, what you do is you get a preemptive strike and then you use aggression. The way that aggression works when there's two commandos in the party and two enemies is one commando will focus on one enemy, and then the other commando will focus on the other enemy. So you focus on one of those guys at a time. You let the one get staggered, and actually it might be worth it to do like Com Sin in that particular case so you can get specific buffs up because they're weak to certain elements. You stagger the one guy, then you launch him into the air and you kill him before he's done with that stagger. And then once that's done, you can kill the other guy pretty easily because the other commando will have maintained the stagger on the other guy to the point where you don't have to worry about his stagger bar going all the way down and having to redo your work. So, oh, you didn't use aggression. That's probably why. Yeah, aggression is actually, in specific situations like that one, it's actually really powerful. So, and look at all this money you have and don't need. Don't worry, we're going to use about 90,000 of it in the beginning of, well, not the beginning, but by the end of the next chapter, we'll use about 90,000 of it. So, we'll have a use for it. And then I need 260,000 gil in the beginning of Chapter 11, Part 1 of Chapter 11. And then I need another 200,000, excuse me. I need all of that, basically, by the time Chapter 11 is over. If that makes any sense. Alright, we'll let Fang grab people. There we go, she's got everybody now. That's good. Let Hope heal a little bit while I maintain stagger bars. I guess somebody got staggered out of that. Oh, the Dragoon in the back, okay. That's cool. I don't know if I need Relentless Assault necessarily. Actually, I probably shouldn't have switched to that just yet because, yeah, we've got to get a little bit of HP going real quick. We're all a little on the weaker side at the moment. So, Hope, why don't you take care of that for us? I could always go Combat Clinic if we need to, but I think Hope should be able to handle it for us. I'll stay here for a second. Yeah, we're good enough. Bazooka! I'm gonna wait. I shouldn't have waited. Oh, here comes the bazooka again. Fine, I'll just do this again. There we go. Well, off he goes into the stratosphere. I was gonna say, where's Fang? Isn't she supposed to be up there killing these guys? The other thing that grinds my gears about Focus is, what happens if you get it wrong? You aren't told what it is, so most L'Cie are going to turn into Seath. Yeah, and I don't know necessarily that that they care, to be honest. I feel like the Fal'Cie are kind of just like, it's okay. Humans are expendable. They breed like rabbits. We'll have more of them soon. So I don't know necessarily that they care. Which seems a little counterintuitive, if you ask me, but it might be the way that they do it, whatever. I'm trying to stay away from the middle at the moment. We'll come back to the middle. I'm just trying to stay away from it at the moment because there's lots of scale beasts in the middle. And I don't want to fight scale beasts. They're a pain in the nuts to fight. I guess I probably could, like, redo the platforms, though, so that I don't have to, like, do all the platforms up again from having the guys respawn. Like, do them like this, you know. Probably these guys have respawned already now, but we can see. Let's see. That one's already put up, so that's fine. Although I guess once we do this, we can kind of just, like, swivel over to the other side by going, like, maybe here or something. I think that enemy in the middle there is actually a unique enemy, the general-looking guy in the middle of those guys, that we can't fight unless we fight him here. So if you want your full bestiary, it might be worth it to fight that guy here. I'm probably going to fight him, so just to have it in my bestiary, but, you know. This is probably a Delta attack fight. It's just because of the scale beast. There's enough of these guys where it's like, okay. Let's see. Yeah, fight the infiltrator first. Do this, and then do the same thing. Oh, right. Probably should just be like launching him though. Yeah, just do 2 blitzes. I was gonna say lightning, get out of there so that you can avoid photon bursts, but all right, fine. Got to watch because there's a bazooka guy in the background. Okay. Destroyer, that's the one I want to fight right there. I was gonna say, hope whenever you're ready to do a little bit of whatchamacallit there. I'll let him do another one before I go into solidarity or something. That way we can get rid of this guy. While Hope gets everybody healed up. The nice thing about Cura is that you don't actually have to be anywhere near the person and you'll still get the same benefit out of it. Like, there are certain other games, I forget which one, but certain other games, if they're using a spell that's AoE like that, but you're too far away, it actually gives less of a benefit. I forget which game that is, though. Well, that wasn't very nice. Was 12 like that? I forget. It might have been, to be honest. I honestly forget. I'd have to... We'll play it eventually, and then we'll know better. You're not immune to any... No, I don't have a Saboteur in this output. I probably should switch Combat Clinic. I don't ever use it, so... Might be worth it to switch that for something else. See, this is where Saz would come in real handy, though, because then he could just blitz across this guy's whole body and he'd be done in, like, 1 round. But, you know, it's not necessary. Trying to hang him in the air a little bit as much as possible by having the attacks kind of synergize with each other there. Okay, that works. Chapter exclusive enemies? Why? I don't know. I don't know why they would do that. It seems silly to me, but okay, more incentive chips. Juggling enemies is just satisfying. It doesn't really matter which game it is either. It's just like, no, you gotta do it. Alright, so now my real question is there going to be a save point down by the opening to the next area down there? Because it seems a little silly to not have a save point there. I guess I can look when we go down here, because I don't think there's going to be any enemies here. And okay, I think I can see a save point from here, actually. Yeah, that's a save point right there. My mini-map's in the way, but yeah, okay. So we don't have to worry about, like, getting our party all structured for the boss fight before we get there, which is nice. And actually, I can see it on the mini-map, too, so that's also good. But we'll go and get all the treasures around here first before we go and do that, because it seems silly not to, so... Oh, gold bangle. That's above tungsten, if I remember correctly. And they all synthesize different abilities as well. Like, I think the gold bangle synthesizes magic wall, which might not be terrible for the next fight, although only mitigating 5 points of magic damage really isn't going to help you too much, because there aren't really any magic bullets in this game. Like, a lot of the reason why the black pelts are really nice is because the physical damage that you take is from, like, bullets and stuff, which deal small amounts of damage across a number of hits, Excuse me, which makes it a little bit tougher to just... I mean, if you're taking the full brunt of those that damage, obviously it does a lot, but the black belts themselves will mitigate a lot of that damage because it's small damage, so... turn the corner. Hey, look, Scale Beast. We'll go back up to the save point, I think, and then we'll go to the right. And we'll take care of everything on the right, and then we'll go down the center. And I'll just deal with all the enemies in the center. Magic bullets, may I suggest Rabby Ribby or Tevi? Yeah, both of those have magic bullets in them, so that would make it a little bit easier to come by. Magic bullets aren't usually something that you deal with in games a lot, so... Actually, I should probably focus on the bazooka guy, shouldn't I? I'm going to focus on the bazooka guy, especially since he's basically staggered at this point. And let Lightning get, you know, half of her ATB bar back just from hitting these 3 enemies. God, the Axis Blade is so good. No, I wasn't fast enough. That's okay. Okay, Solidarity. Staggered this guy, so just attack him a little bit until he goes down. There we go. Okay, 1 Cura, and now we just move on. Yeah, I know, I interrupted Fang in the middle of her physical attacks to ATB refresh. It's fine. Tevi isn't miserable below expert. Hint, hint. I still haven't gotten it recommended. I feel like at some point Steam is going to recommend it to me, honestly. At that point, it'll just be like, okay, well, now I don't really have much of an excuse now, do I? Alright, so I guess we'll go through the center for these guys, and then we'll just open up all those stuff. Oh, there's Huntresses here. God damn it. I guess we'll... I mean, we guess we have Delta attack, so I shouldn't complain too loudly about it. Wonder how much this gold bangle sells for. Wonder if it'd be worth it to equip that instead of a starred silver bangle on Lightning for the next boss fight, honestly. Might be, just for the extra HP component. I'll figure it out. But yeah, we might not get all the CP that we need in order to max everybody out by the time we're done in this room. I'm looking at the CP we've gotten already. I'm figuring we're probably going to have, like, about 10,000 by the time we're done in this room. So we'll just get the rest from the boss fight. It's fine. But yeah, the Sentinel plus Blitz with the Axis Blade just works super well. Everybody bunches up, especially if they all need to do physical attacks on the Sentinel. So then you can kind of just get this whole thing going and really make it work out for you. Although probably I shouldn't be blitzing these two. I should probably be... Okay, I'm going to have to let Hope heal here, but that's okay. I should probably be actually launching them to get them out of the way faster, but that's fine. Yeah, go ahead, Hope. Get her a little higher on health before we go from there. She might be getting deprotected, but that's also fine. I can handle that. We got the bazooka going, but that's okay. Can make that work. I'll probably go after that guy next, though, honestly. I just want to get rid of the Huntresses first, just because they're a major pain in my ass. Oh, good, he knocked me out of that, and he caused me to stagger. Alright, let's just... There we go. Knock her up in the air. We can avoid Lightning's little bullet thing. Oh good, we got away from that as well. I don't think I want to come down yet. Okay. Well, I didn't come down before the attack, so that's fine. Ow. I guess I should be glad that wasn't Ruin Ga. Oh, that was Ruin Ga, I think. Hope, whenever you're ready. You know, I don't think I'm going to go after the Reaver first, actually. I think I'm going to go after the Destroyer first. top everybody off with a potion. I could probably use Renew, actually, as well, but I'll do that in a minute. Now that we have it, I might as well use it, you know. Because Renew gives us back 50% of our maximum HP whenever you cast it in exchange for 2 TP. Which is pretty nice. It can be fairly useful. I probably won't need it for this fight now. Because I think at this point we can kind of just go, you know. Go on blast. If I need to, I'll just use a, whatchamacallit. I'll just use, no, you know, I'll use Renew here, actually. Let me do it right now.
Let's go!
And there we go. Top everybody off. Might as well use the TP since we've got it, you know. So. Wonder if this guy's gonna end up being like the Vikings, where I can't quite get him in one stagger because I didn't do enough to him. Yeah, it'll probably be fine. Let's go to aggression, actually. Let's see how that goes. Now we should be able to get him in the 1. Let him hit the ground for a little extra damage, and finish him off. I think I'll need all 4 of these spells. Well, maybe not with Hope doing his thing. Okay, there we go.
Didn't even break a sweat.
How'd we do? Okay. Wasn't really expecting the 5 stars there. Only 1 credit chip, which is not ideal, but that's fine. That was one of the tougher battles in this area anyway, so I'm kind of okay with it. Alright, so we'll extend all the walkways just to get them out of the way real quick. This one will go back up to the save point. And then extend this one. We'll go down the right side. Once this one's back up. There should be a few treasures around here that I want to get on the right side. I know specifically one of them is Snow's weapon that I actually want him to use, so. And that's it right there, the Umbra. Cool. So Power Circle focuses Snow a little bit more on his strength stat, and he's pretty good at it as well, but his fast casting speed is one of those things where you really do want to use it if possible because it's just that powerful for him. There is a different weapon that you could use for him that causes him to entirely focus on using magical attacks because it basically makes his physical attacks do like a percentage of less damage than he would normally do. The only problem with that is that then he might not launch enemies into the air, and since I don't have another launcher on this team, the only other launchers in the game are Lightning and Fang, I don't want him to not launch. So as a result of that, I had to look for a weapon that would give him a little bit of an edge in magic, but also would not prevent him from launching enemies. And Umbra kind of does that. It's got higher magic than strength, so. The main thing about it is that it enhances the effectiveness of Death Ward and Fringe Ward, which Death Ward gives him more stats at low HP, which will let him absorb more damage, I think, if I remember correctly. Like, it reduces the damage he takes at low HP, which is nice for Sentinel because sometimes you'll be an HP critical on Sentinel and you'll be like, I don't know that I want to heal just yet. So that helps him a little bit. Fringe Ward helps because if he's the target of an AoE attack and we're standing next to him because we're blitzing or something like that, it helps him to protect us from the splash damage. So it's not the best weapon for him. I would say probably... It really depends on what you want him to do. If you want him to do magic, the other one that I was saying that would make him exclusively focus on magic is probably better for him. But I said, it's okay. We'll just make it part of the whole challenge, right, if I use something that's suboptimal. I don't think Snow gets Blitz, no. I'm pretty sure he's doesn't have access to it, which is unfortunate for him. Kind of robs him of a very important tool that everybody else gets, you know. But I don't think he gets Blitz. It's weird, though, too, right? Because, like, okay, don't give him Blitz, that's fine, but just give him the Holy Hand Grenade back. Like, that's all he really needs. So, like, it's basically Blitz before you get Blitz, or actually it's Blitz when you have Blitz, but you only have it on Lightning, so, like, why not just give that to him, you know? I feel like it would make more sense. If you're not going to give him Blitz, just give him the hand grenades back. Oh, that guy missed his photon burst. That's cool. Probably a Rav Sab would work pretty good for this guy. And I definitely should switch Combat Clinic off for a Rav Sab because I haven't used Combat Clinic once since setting it up. So. Nice. Started falling back in love with .hack. Almost forgot how magical it was as a franchise. I've heard good things about it. I've never tried it myself. Like I think there was like a TV show or something for it, and I've never watched it, and I've never played any of the games. So I think we talked about this at one point. This sounds familiar. Like I think we chatted about how it was a multimedia franchise before. Like that was something that a lot of companies started doing. But like I said, that just sounds familiar to me, so I think we may have talked about it. Yeah, multimedia franchise. There was a lot to it, yeah. I think we talked about... When did we talk about this? I think we talked about it back when we were playing Digital Devil Saga, if I remember correctly. I don't know, sometimes my memory is on. It's funny, because I don't have a ton of omega-3s in my diet yet, so you would think that that would be the thing that would really turn my memory on, but... I'm not super focused on those just yet. I've got flaxseed in there, but not a significant amount. I don't have... I've been reading a lot... Like, I just finished reading the lipids chapter of my nutrition textbook today, and one of the things that they said it might be a good idea to focus on in terms of diet is eating more fish rather than more beef. And at the moment, I don't really eat a whole lot of fish. It's one of those things that's like an acquired taste for me, but fish are really good for the omegas for you. And omegas not only help with memory, it also helps with inflammation, and it helps with one other thing that I'm forgetting. But I gotta learn how to cook salmon so that I can keep my memory boosted, because that will be useful going forward in my life. And honestly, eating less beef is probably going to be good for me anyway. Not zero beef entirely, but because red meat has some effects on you that'll help. Like there's a little bit of an antioxidant effect to it, if I remember correctly. But yeah, not as much. Nose burns. Would Zyrtec help with that? You should Google that. It depends on if your nose burning is an allergy thing or if it's from the sickness. If it's from the sickness and your nose burns, it might be due to inflammation, which is another thing. Like you'd want to eat. First thing I can say for you and for Metroid, if you're both still feeling sick, is that you're going to want to balance copper and zinc levels. So if you get like those emergency packets or anything like that, and then you have like spinach. Spinach is a good source of copper. Prunes are a good source of copper, so just kind of balance those. Don't eat more than half a dozen prunes at a time, though. They will mess you up. But on top of that, inflammation is something that you can kind of reduce with omega-3s. So if you have walnuts or anything like that, you could eat those. Although, I guess walnuts with sickness might be a little iffy as well, just because it might be tougher to digest them with them having the skins and everything and your throat already being potentially aggravated. It could cause problems, but it has omega-3s in it, so. Alright, how do we want to do this? There's no bazooka guy. I guess we'll just go to town for now. I'll go on Delta attack in a minute, I think, though. Get rid of them one at a time while Fang keeps everybody protected. Oh, excuse me. Oh, okay. I guess I'm the target of that missile burst. That's fine, I guess. Solidarity we go. Oh yeah, I gotta ruin while he's not doing his thing. Yeah, as I say, hope whenever you're ready, get that going. Fang, are you having a hard time getting them provoked on you? Nice dodge, though. Because you started meta-guarding before you got this guy. Or Or maybe provoke doesn't work on him because he was definitely just kind of attacking me despite Fang. Well, maybe she... Yeah, he's still attacking me despite being provoked. Is that something in his... No. Okay, that's bizarre. I don't know why that's happening. It shouldn't be happening, that's the point, but... You know, whatever. It's fine. Oh, we're a little low on HP. Let me renew again, actually. There we go. I don't know, when I get renew, sometimes I just use it a little bit too much, I think. Just because it's one of those things that you can just kind of do really without thinking about it too much, you know. Someone's dying. Oh, it's fine. Okay. And that ruin goes on me, so... You know what? Let's go to Solidarity. We can stagger this guy and then go from there. I should probably attack him, though, to get him knocked up in the air. Lightning! Just attack him. There you go. It's not that hard. Alright, so the missile burst is a pain in the nuts, but we can probably get rid of this guy if we do that. I was going to switch to aggression, and then I was like, oh yeah, right, I wouldn't be attacking two guys at once if I did that. Or I wouldn't be attacking just this one guy if I did that. Oh, I need to use a potion. I don't think we're going to get him in one stagger. Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. And we missed the smite, too. I love it when a plan comes together. This battle is going incredibly poorly. Alright, we'll switch to Solidarity in a second.
Thanks.
And Phoenix down for Fang. There we go. No, I don't want to fight the Reaver first. I want to fight these guys first. Maybe I should switch since Hope is only able to get one Cura off at a time. Maybe I will use Combat Clinic here. And just, I'll do Fang up. Ow. Yeah, Hope, you get me, I'll get Fang's HP up. And I'll get myself up, and then we'll go from there. I was gonna say, you still having trouble there, Fang? Because it seems that way. Maybe the big guy is like immune to no, he's been provoked in the past, actually. Well, he's attacking her now, so I guess that's the important part. Alright, got rid of that guy. I think we just go Relentless Assault from here, honestly. Hope, why are you attacking the Reaver? Attack the guy that I'm targeting. Please. Please. Thank you. Okay, so he's going to attack me with the Mana Drive, which is going to be like 2 ruins and a ruin guff, I think. There we go. Alright, and it shouldn't be too hard from here. Oh, he's almost dead. That's why Hope was attacking him. Okay, yeah, I think, you know what I did is I stopped focusing on him when I didn't get him in the one stagger. I probably should have finished him off. Oh well. No big deal. All for that for 1 credit chip. Oh well. I don't think there's any stuff in the middle of the area. Treasure chests, that is. I don't think there's any in the middle. I guess we'll go up it in a minute and find out, but I don't think there is. I see at least a couple down here, but I also see a Huntress here, which I guess in this particular case, this battle wouldn't be too bad for giving us like incentive chips and stuff. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention when we got them, we got 2 rune bracelets out of a chest there. Those can be pretty handy for the boss fight as well because they make you take less magic damage, so that's kind of nice. Alright, I see at least 1 bazooka guy and then 1 huntress, so let's... I'm going to actually get rid of the destroyers first, honestly. Let Fang run up and then go after them after that. Like, I know that the Huntress is going to deal, you know, lots of damage to Fang because she's got bravery and all that other stuff, but, like, I'd rather take care of this guy instead of dealing with that, so... Okay, do this up. And I think we go Relentless Assault. I know that the Huntress will be doing stupid stuff while we're at it, but we can get rid of this guy a little faster if we do that. So, no, I don't want to Thunder our water, but okay, I guess I'm doing it anyway. Lightning, cast the spells. Please. There we go. And we'll go aggression after this to get the extra damage off. And that should be good. Alright. Not bad. Taking cough drops for your throat and nose. Why are you the medic of the group with most of the basic first aid knowledge? Oh, sometimes it's just the way that it works, I guess. Sometimes you just gotta play medic. Sometimes you're not allowed to DPS. Everybody wants to, but sometimes you're not allowed to. Alright, so we're gonna have to go through whatever that fight is on the center platform that I just ignored, even though I opened the bridge. A Reaver and 4 Dragoons, lovely. We're gonna have to go through that in order to get to the save point, but after that, I don't know if I'll go up the center, honestly. Like, I don't know if I feel like bothering, because I feel like the next boss fight's gonna give us like 10,000 CP by itself. So I don't know if I feel like bothering. It's a pretty important boss fight, so. Can I build it up any more than I already have? Yeah, and that's true too, because there's always that stereotype where RPGs make the girl the healer. I always thought about that though. Like I've kicked around the idea of an RPG that I would make if I had any knowledge of the programs and stuff. And I'm sure, you know, I could use something like an RPG Maker or something like that at some point to make it. But I always kicked around the idea of having a male apothecary be the healer of the group. So like normally in a lot of RPGs when you have a healer, they use magic in order to heal. And so instead of having them heal through magic, he'd be really good at using items to heal rather than straight up magic. So obviously then that would there'd have to be a balancing act between the amount of money that you get and you know, the amount of potions you'd have to buy and stuff. But I always thought about the idea too of like, okay, well maybe so that way you don't just have him using potions, because that's kind of boring. Instead of just doing that, maybe he gathers materials during a battle or something like that, so you have to protect him so he can gather the materials, and then you kind of go from there with it, you know. I don't know. There's a few ideas I've kicked around for RPGs in the past, but I don't think any of them will ever really come to anything. I don't really see myself ever using it, you know. So. I'm gonna hit the Dragoons first, actually. They're a little easier to kill. So then the big guy can just kind of do his thing while we blitz through a whole bunch of people. I think we go Solidarity now. We'll keep blitzing. Not really too worried about D-Shell on Fang, honestly. Like, the guy will probably cast his whole mana drive spell thing in a little bit, but I'm not really too concerned.
Target's a target.
Alright, looks like there's only 3 Dragoons, unless I got rid of the other one pretty quickly, honestly. Yeah, I was gonna say, hope whenever you're ready to hit this guy with your Ravager spells, it would come in pretty handy. Alright, let's get rid of this guy now. Then we'll get rid of this guy.
Time for another approach.
Okay, build the gauge a little more, switch to aggression, and finish him off. I would say probably if you're gonna use a party like this, though, I would say maybe switch the party to Lightning, Snow, Saz, because all 3 of them have 4 ATB bars to use currently, which makes them probably better DPS-wise against all of these guys than the Lightning Fang Hope party. I'm just using Lightning Fang Hope because I'm lazy and I don't feel like switching paradigms until we absolutely need to. So that's my secret. Oh, 3 incentive chips from that one. That's pretty good. I will take that. I had a freaky dream of something you explained to your boyfriend. He said something along the lines of, that honestly sounds like it'd be a fun game. Help. Oh boy. I don't know how I could help with that one, unfortunately. Excuse me. I'll tell you what game that I'm saying help to that I was recommended by Steam recently, though, was that what was it called? I think it was a visual novel. Something Slay the Princess. I think that's what it's called. I was recommended that by Steam recently, and I'm like, are you sure this is up my alley? I don't really know if it doesn't really look like it'd be anything I'd be interested in, but I don't know. Seems like it's like $18 for it, and a lot of the people said that the playtime is like 3 hours for it, and I'm like, you're gonna pay $18 for 3 hours of game? It seems like a lot. Maybe I'll wait for a discount. Not Slay the Spire, Slay the Princess. Yeah, I know what Slay the Spire is. I haven't been recommended that one in a while. The dream won't go away, so I mean, I might jot it down and make actual rules based on the dream. I mean, hey, worst comes to worst, you could turn it into like a D&D session. That's what Cole does with some of his funky dreams, so I could see it working. Alright, so they gave us Ethersol just in case we used a bunch of our TP so that we can use it for the next fight. We do have a Libra Scope though, so that could help a little bit with making sure that the next person that we fight is fully accounted for, you know. Let's see. Okay, so you have everything except the roll level here, so let's max this out real quick. There we go. Sentinel. Get this going. What are you at up here? Okay, these are 1200, so I gotta watch that I don't accidentally use too much. There we go. Oh, you recommended me Volcano Princess, and you passed it to you. Maybe the algorithm knows something we don't. It basically was D&D. Yeah, and like I said, I mean, worst comes to worst. There you go. Somebody might find it as an interesting campaign. So, I don't know. Cole plays with a good chunk of his online friends, D&D that is, so he's, I don't know how many of your online friends you play D&D with, so I don't know if it's something that you'd be as interested in doing, but hey, if you do it, why not? Seems like it'd be a good way to make it productive, you know? Alright, grab this HP node real quick. What do you got over there? Fyra? Seems weird. I figure you would already had Fyra. You're kind of the fire guy, Saz. Oh well. Okay, well, he'll get another strike skill, so that means he won't have to just use Flame Strike after this, which means he'll be able to chain a little bit more efficiently with his physical attacks once we get that. That's good. Every person gets a turn as the Scourge, and the goal is to wipe out the other players labeled as survivors. It was something else. I feel like there's a few games like that, actually, now that I think about it. Like, I feel like there's, like, 1 versus 4 games that have been recommended to me on Steam previously where it's like that, where it's like you could play as the 1 or as the 4. I don't remember. Not a game that's up my alley, but I feel like it has been recommended to me at one point or another. Alright, well, Snow's almost done. Because the entire point of the Scourge was that they could use any means to try to wipe out the rest of the players as long as it wasn't something that the other players couldn't deal with. Yeah. Yeah, and that makes sense. So you're done with both of these? Yeah, I guess since you've got the roll levels, it kind of goes without saying, doesn't it? Oh, look, more strength she'll never use. I mean, I guess she just used her quote-unquote strength to go fishing, but I don't think we'll ever use that in the actual gameplay. Alright, well, we're done with that, so now we gotta prep for the boss fight, don't we? Alright, let's do that. So, Lightning, you gotta be in the party, so instead of the black belts, Can I do rune bracelet and gold bangle and give you... Yeah, I can give you magic wall this way. So I'm going to do that actually because it'll give her a little extra HP and then that way I don't have to heal as much. What party do I want to use for this? Let me think. I think I want to have Vanille in here. Because D-Protect and D-Shell and Imperil are kind of hell of drugs, so... We don't really need a Sentinel for this one, so I think I might have Fang and Snow sit this one out. I'll probably do Lightning Saz Vanille, honestly. Like, I feel like that would be probably the simplest way to do this. I'm going to use Fortisol and Aegisol, but then I can reapply stuff if we need it. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll have them. And then the Procyon will help with stagger maintenance, so it'll probably come in pretty handy. I don't want to do this for Vanille, though. We only had 2 rune bracelets. I guess I could buy one. I mean, it's not like I'm lacking for money, and we can buy them at the moment, so I guess why not, right? So, alright, but first things first, let's get the party together. So, bring you in, bring you in. Yeah, so when you exit the battle team menu, it'll say battle team changed, and that will switch out your paradigms, which will... What the game will do then is it'll give you 3 paradigms that it thinks are good recommendations. Oftentimes they're not, but hey, fair enough. Do I need Medicine Med? I don't know if I need Medicine Med. Medicine Sab would probably be a little bit better. Although that would make me the healer, but I suppose then I could just, you know, switch to this and use Renew. Because here's the nice thing about Renew as well, is that it gains bonuses to its percentage healed based on the amount of medics you have in the party. If I remember correctly, it's either 5% or 10% more HP for every medic in the party. So that could be anywhere from 65% at 3 medics to 80% of your max HP with 3 medics, and that's pretty nice. So, alright, we do want a Relentless Assault, though. And we want to switch this one over to Aggression, probably. We don't need Devastation just yet. We'll probably need that later, though. Keep it in mind. Actually, I'm going to have you do Ravcom Rav, because Saz is a little bit better as the Commando, I think, at the moment. What else do we want? Probably Rav Sab? Yeah, I think so. And then, Kamsin Rav, maybe? No, I kind of want this up a little bit. No, I'll bring it down here. That's fine. Start here, and then... See, I want to do a Comrav Sab, but then they'll focus. The problem with Commando and Saboteur in the same deck is that if they're on the same paradigm, they'll focus on different targets, and the next boss fight has multiple targets at the start of it, which is a little annoying to deal with, but we'll make it work, I guess. All right, so you've got the bracelet, you've got the bracelet, you do not. All right, so let's just get Vanille a rune bracelet, and then we'll go from there. Let's see what we got here.
We can do this.
That's the idea, Vanille. Let me go in the shop real quick while I read this. One round, someone made a monster that primarily turned invisible and also ate bodies to get rid of evidence, but it was deathly susceptible to water in large quantities, no water vapor. The survivors learned they could use water against it because it broke down a wall and destroyed one of those water tanks on the roof of the building. They also saw that it made shallow footprints. They assumed it was lightweight or was very good at controlling its weight while moving. So they also made a net out of some rope and wire they found to keep it in place long enough to drown the thing. That sounds interesting. Scourge gets a point for every survivor they eliminate. This can be adjusted for low player amounts. Survivors get a point every time they survive a Scourge's turn. In the dream, there were 5 survivors and 1 Scourge every round, so max of 10 points can be earned by a player. Whoever had the most points in the end wins and gets an advantage in future games. Yeah, it sounds like an interesting premise. Again, I feel like there have been games recommended to me on Steam that have similar premises. I forget what the one is called. I know there was one that was like... It sold a lot of, like, pre-order stuff before the game even had, like, footage or something out, and then the game came out and it, like, flopped really hard. So, but I forget what it was called. Do I need a silver bangle anymore? I don't think I need this silver bangle anymore. Although it might be worth it to dismantle it just to see what it gives me for dismantling it. And then we can go from there. Don't need this anymore. Don't know where I got this, but don't need it anymore. Keep these, and I think I'm going to sell the black belts because we're going to get better ones next chapter. So I'm just going to get rid of those, and we'll dismantle the silver bangle just to see what it gives so that I know whether I should dismantle it or not going forward. Anyway, 7 incentive chips later and 9 credit chips later, we have 251,000 gil to play with going into the next chapter. And like I said, there'll be... we needed to use about 93,000 of that going into the next chapter. We just don't have access to the item that we need it for in the next chapter. Oh, you know what I could do, actually? Is I could give Lightning the Doctor's Code instead of the Rune Bracelet, and then give Vanille the Rune Bracelet. I think that's what I'll do, so that way I don't have to spend any of my hard-earned cash. Because the Doctor's Code will come in handy here. I might as well use it before I disassemble it for something, you know. Alright, there we go. That'll work. And, yeah, I think that's about it, honestly. I think we should be good to go, so let's give this a shot. We'll save. And, oh no, hang on, let me dismantle the silver bangle before I save. And then we'll go from there. What does this give? 4 transformers and a vial of polymer emulsion. Alright, so not really worthwhile to dismantle. Gives me nothing good, that's what it gives me. Okay, save this real quick. I might have to turn off chat in a few minutes just to get a thumbnail here, but I'll do it after. That's fine. See why he said it'd be a fun game, but it was more. The Scourge players were creative. One didn't kill anyone. He had a parasite that would infiltrate settlements because of how small it was and infect people through open wounds. Infected slowly turned into vampires, but no one figured out how to kill them during your dream, so it was more an escape round. Scourge player also had to pull a DM and create the playing field before the round and include resources that would allow them to lose, but they don't have to say what would be useful. Do it. Make me shut. No, it's not making you shut up. I just want to. The next boss, I very specifically want to get a thumbnail of them because it's just one of those situations where it just makes really good sense to do. So that's all. But yeah, no, like I said, it sounds like an interesting premise, and I feel like it might have to run a little on the honor system in certain situations there with like the players doing. Like the Scourge having to be like, okay, well, I don't have to tell you what you can use to beat me, but there is stuff on the map to beat me. So it feels like something that would be most effective in a D&D setting where all the players are kind of friends, you know what I mean? So that they all operate on the honor system with one another. So, all right, Fortis all up, Aegis all up, and off we go. Once more into the breach. Why are we looking for her again? Why are we running away? We should be getting out of here. Yeah, interesting AF Dream though. Yeah, it sounds like it.
Your Eminence.
I guess he's been looking for her because, you know, she put all that shit, dodged through all that shit, but...
Why don't you leave, Jill?
What?
Or rather, take your leave.
You're fired.
Humans have no business here.
What? Your Eminence.
Oh. Well, I suppose that is an interesting way of doing things. Primarch, why are you killing your own guys? I'm supposed to do that.
Monster! People are not yours to use!
What else does one do with tools?
He's such a ham. I love him so much. He's such a ham with his lines.
Factory built by foul seeing. A factory for the mass production of human thralls.
Well, that's no good.
Anymore, it's not.
What can mere men do?
I don't know. We're Lassie. We're not mere men anymore.
Death is all of which you're capable.
That seems like a hell of an overestimation.
A mindless mob drunk on fear of
A generalization.
If they only knew a Lassie was the one filling their glass.
With propaganda!
Let's see. You mean me?
What else could you be?
Oh
Why did I even ask?
I am more than that.
I am Falsi.
Megatron?
My name is Bartender.
It just doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Voice of the Sanctum and Lord Sovereign of the Cocoon Falsi.
Oh no.
Your kind feared the darkness, so we gave you light. You begged us for the purge, and did it not come to pass? Now you spurn our counsel. You must learn your place.
Alright, listen, I'm a smartass, but even I have to shut up when Bartandalis talks. He's just that good at voice acting. Anyway, Librascope first things first. Hang on, let me get out of my adoration mode here, and then we don't want to be fighting Bartandalis himself first. We actually want to fight the Pauldrons. He takes significantly less damage as long as the Pauldrons are alive, so you want to try to get rid of those first before you do anything else. I should probably switch to Rav Stab in a minute, though, honestly. If we need healing, we've got the Doctor's Coat, so that'll help a little bit. This guy absorbs fire, so I'm glad that I know that now. Only took me a minute. I'll go to Rav Stab now, actually. So we can get that going. Get a potion going as well. Again, the 300 that we get out of it is actually really solid at the moment. It gets us quite a bit of HP. It's like 20% of our HP at the moment. All right, this one's vulnerable to water, so I actually want Lightning to walk up to him and use Aqua Strike. You can do something really silly with this if you kind of get Lightning away from the rest of the party like this, so I'm going to do that. And then I'll show it off once we do it. Alright, Smart Bomb to stagger him and get, I think, D-Shell or D-Protect or Imperil or something. Okay, a little bit of everything. Nice. Alright, so I'll switch in a second. But yeah, if you get Lightning up in front of the guy and then you take him down... Okay, so let's stop now. You can actually get her away from all the other ones. And then if you position her correctly, which in this particular case I did not, she'll actually like separate herself from the rest of the party a little bit, and she'll end up on the side of the battlefield instead of directly where everybody else is. So later on in the fight, when Bartandalis starts using Ruinga on us, we actually will be away from him, and that'll allow us to just, well, not have everybody take a Ruinga to the face. But I didn't position her properly, so we'll just do it the normal way. It's fine. He'll buff up his guys as he goes here, which is a little bit of a pain, but we can make it work. Okay, this one's vulnerable to thunder, so zap it up. And yeah, he'll give them like faith and haste and a whole bunch of other stuff, but we can handle it. It's fine. Vanille can even get the spell going on him, which is another good reason to bring her along, I suppose. Also Water Ga, which, holy hell. Not pulling your punches, are you, Bartandalis? Alright, so now we're on the big guy. Let's take a look at him. He's resistant to a little bit of everything. He's immune to all status ailments, so I suppose Vanille isn't the best to have for fighting him here since he's immune to all status ailments, but we'll make it work. It's fine. I'm gonna top off real quick. Oh good, Thanatosian Smile. It's a good thing we've got Vigilance? I think we had Vigilance. I don't know if we have it anymore. I'm going to actually get Lightning in, so that way she doesn't get, well, that happening to her. Yeah, mostly he'll use Baptism and Ruin, but if you keep Lightning close to him, she can avoid some of the problems that come from that, basically. Our buffs are going to run out pretty soon, though, so we're going to have to keep that in mind as we fight him. These, do a couple of these. Nope, staggered them up. It'll probably take 2 staggers to do, but that's okay. I should probably do a, I'll do a renew. Why not? We've got 2 renews in us, so that actually should come in handy here. But yeah, see how Lightning is away from the group so she doesn't get ruined good? It's kind of nice. Makes it a little easier. Maybe I'll just Ruin, actually. It's a little easier. Although that pushes me closer to the group again, but, you know. Alright, so after he takes a certain amount of damage, he will start to use Destrudo. It's his ultimate attack. What you want to do is you want to inflict as much damage as possible on him before he fires it off. After 30 seconds, he'll fire it off, so just try to get as much damage as you can during that time. If he's at a point... Okay, so you see how he did that little, like, staggering thing where he didn't actually get staggered, but he, like, fell off a little bit. So that means the damage of it just got weakened. If you do a little bit more damage, and then for the rest of the time before he fires it off, it'll weaken it even further, but I don't think we'll get enough off. Yeah. Okay, well, that's a little bit, but we got another renew. It's fine. Alright, but he's almost staggered again, so that's fine. Okay, and then we'll do this again. Incidentally, I haven't said anything about it just yet, but the boss theme is fucking amazing. It's called Fighting Fate. It's pretty damn great. Okay, that Thanatosian smile is a little bit of a problem, but yeah, we can handle it. Alright. Just hope he doesn't do too many more Ruin Guts and we'll be okay, I think. Alright, switch back. You know what I might have done if I had more TP, though? Is I might have summoned... Okay, we ran out of buffs, too. That's not so good. So I might have summoned Odin to finish him off, but oh my god. Okay, now we gotta get damage as much as we can before... Oh, okay, nice. We already damaged him enough to do some stuff there. Let me go Medicine Sab, actually, and just heal myself real quick. I know he's doing Destrudo, but I gotta get my HP back up. And Saz can get, whatchamacallit on us, so... Ow. He might be getting slightly into pissy boss mode here, which is a little bit of a problem, but we can probably fix that. Alright, back to Relentless Assault to finish him up. Boy, he really favored Vanille there, didn't he? Alright, hang in there, Saz. I'll get you in a sec. There we go. We should be good now. But yeah, with haste on everybody, we should be in better shape here. I'm just gonna wait for the Thanatosian smile before I do anything. Ooh, Saz! Riding the line there a little bit, huh, friend? Alright, just before he does that, real quick. Okay, good. Now Saz will survive. Oh, good. Back to Destrudo. Now, unfortunately, when he uses Destrudo, it will actually reset his stagger bar, which is really not good for us at all. Toss this out, get more damage as much as we can. Want to try to lower his damage if I can here. Otherwise, Saz is probably going to die. Okay, we lowered the damage. We should be okay now. I'm just going to top off, just in case, but, you know. But we should stagger him in just a second, and then we can finish this up. Alright, let's get aggressive. Yeah, see, we're okay now. Maybe not Saz so much, but we're okay now. I should probably heal, actually, now that he's targeting me specifically. Boy, the Doctor's Code is nice for this. There we go, got him. And still got 5 stars out of it. 6,000 CP, so not as much as I thought I was going to get, but I will take it. Didn't stay in the dream long enough to be the Scourge yourself, and only survived 2 rounds and didn't figure out how to be the Scourge, but you did help with the plan execution. Hey, that's good. Contributing. Game ended up being super fun, played 3 rounds in the dream. Also, fuck yeah, the dot hack music dropped right as he said, "Now you spurn our counsel." Because it is fucking good. Holy shit, this game was cooking with Hellfire when it was new. Yeah, like I said, the soundtrack, I mean, Masashi Hamau's is on the soundtrack, and I already really enjoy Final Fantasy X's OST, so no big shock that this one is also as good as it is. But yeah, there's a lot of, like, I thought a lot of the concepts and mechanics in this game were pretty interesting back when it was new. I don't know that I'm as, like, I think I'm a little more lukewarm to them now than I was previously, but when it was new, it felt really, like, I don't know how to describe it, I guess modern, I suppose. Not like anything else I had played, but I don't know if I'm as positive about them now, but we could talk about that later. We get to stage 7 of the Crystarium. We also get an N-Tite ring, which is basically just 60,000 gil for free. I wouldn't recommend equipping it. It resists elements, but you can just cast a bar spell for that. So.
Then, I guess it wasn't Eden controlling things after.
What do you mean?
I am Lord Saul.
And Eden is a fal'Cie. So, like, a fal'Cie running the Sanctum, no shit, Sherlock.
Ease is not the issue. You have not fought to win.
Well, you sort of
You should know why
made
we're
us all a
already
little bit...
sure way of dispatching our kind. Ragnarok.
Oh. That's gonna dispatch you? I mean, I guess that would destroy Cocoon, but would that destroy you? Oh, yeah, we didn't have that conversation yet, did we? Maybe now's a good time to have that conversation? Vanille?
Ragnarok is the beast one of you must become in order to lay waste to
Vanille, the longer you wait to talk to her about this, the more pain it's gonna cause you.
the dream. One among you will become
Okay.
monstrosity. Defeat Orphan and destroy Cocoon.
Is that a different
Font of Eden's power.
fal'Cie? I guess so.
Orphan fuels Eden with strength, and Eden in turn sustains you and the rest of our kind. Destroy Orphan, and you'll release a force such as this world has never seen.
Why would we want to
Cocoon
do that?
will be torn asunder.
Isn't that a bit of a problem?
If I did that, destroyed Orphan.
Your focus will be fulfilled.
And then we would suffer a fate worse than death. What's your point?
Who says it has to be?
Sarah asked us to save Cocoon before she turned to Crystal. Save it! And that's what we're gonna do. Sarah was trying to tell us how to complete our focus, and we have...
I get the feeling he knows that already.
Allow me to help you see the truth of
Orphan, stop throwing out proper names.
the moment you arrived. Your friend wept crystal tears. This was because her focus required that you be brought together.
Ah,
That girl did nothing but assemble the tools for Cocoon's destruction.
well, that's just great. It's too bad Snow already got Shiva, because otherwise this would be his heroic blue screen of death.
Refused to countenance the thought.
Well, he wanted to believe his fiancée, wouldn't you? Well,
If you will not face the truth, then face the peril of your plight.
how so? What are you planning on doing? Crashing the airship? Oh. Okay.
Run, let's see. See how stark reality is.
Do you need an airship to escape? Can't you just teleport? Wow.
Come on!
Oh, I guess he's having the airship for us, and he teleported away. Okay, fair enough. Well, there goes their flagship. What the hell are they going to tell the public now? Oh, yeah, well,
The yoke's jammed! Knew it was a trap!
maybe we should have, like, actually gotten on the cavalry's ship. See, you guys keep wanting to do stupid shit, and then
Not so fast.
how are you alive? And then we don't get to run away, and we should have run away with the cavalry so we could, you know, actually coordinate this counterattack rather than just taking the big boss on in Chapter 9 of 13. Like, it was never gonna work, you know that. Maybe you don't, but... Oh, that's not good. Saz, it might be a good idea to bring her down before we go systems critical. Which we might already be, to be fair. Yep, there we go.
What the hell kind of ship is this? Fighting on its
Well,
own?
it's Bartandalus's ship, so yes, it's fighting on its own because it's Bartandalus's ship. Which, incidentally, means that the Primarch is trying to kill one of his head military leaders. Maybe we should broadcast that on the news. See, like, there's so many opportunities where the cavalry could have been more useful than just, hey, they're an airship that we can use to go to Chapter 9. Like, it feels like they could have used them for I don't know, a ton of other stuff besides just, you know, oh, okay, well, just, you know, we'll take you to where you need to go, but why can't he get in?
The shield.
Why does the shield prevent you from entering? I thought it was supposed to block pulse armaments, not cocoon ones. Nothing makes any fucking sense. Nothing that just happened made any fucking sense. That's the point I'm trying to make. There's a bunch of opportunities they could be using to do other things, but they're not. And things are just happening. Oh, okay. What did we do? Teleport or something? Like, this is what I mean, right? Like, there was so much just bam, bam, bam things happening that have no logical explanation in a row just there that I'm lucky I didn't just have a brain aneurysm. Like, what in the hell is going on? But anyway, that's the end of chapter 9, so... But yeah, no, they should have used the cavalry earlier in the game. Like, the cavalry should have been a more fundamental part of the story, in my opinion. Like, and they haven't really they didn't use them for much. And I hate to say it, but we're not really going to see the cavalry for the rest of the game now. It's like Hope's dad, who we also will basically never see again. It's like, why? Well, anyway, I guess we landed safely.
Where are we?
That is the question.
Looks like a piece of pulse.
This looks like Pulse?
What, you mean like the Bodum vestige? Something like that. It's close to Eden.
Since when does
Well,
Pulse
I
look
don't
like a
know.
subway station?
After the purge and all that Lassie paranoia, why keep a chunk of pulse under the floorboards?
Because they
Is this
built
what Primarch wanted us
the
to
chunks of cocoon out of Pulse vestiges. Isn't that why they brought all the garbage here?
Do you really think our focus is what Daisley said it is?
I think he'll tell us whatever he needs in order for us to fulfill his plan.
Ragnarok.
He seems like that kind of a
Destroy the
manipulator,
Fauci
so...
and shot at Cocoon. That's what the vision's telling us, more or less. So, back to square one. Out of luck.
Fantastic.
Mr. Hero! Cocoon calling Snow!
No snappy comebacks, big guy? So, Vanille,
It's almost like
now that we're alone,
Daisley wants it to come.
and we don't have to worry about enemies,
Seems that way.
maybe you should have that conversation with Fang.
Sure didn't mind explaining it. Here's your focus on the silver platter.
It's almost like it's too easy.
That doesn't make sense. I don't get it. Why would a Cocoon Fal'Cie want to destroy Cocoon?
Maybe it's a Fal'Cie thing. You know what I mean? Some grand design we just don't understand.
I just want to die and take everyone with me! Boy, I am glad we did not get to that part of Final Fantasy XIV. Holy shit. He's having some trouble. I think we keep him out of the party for a little while till he gets his bearings again. Because, like, the first time you have a heroic blue screen of death, you get your Eidolon. The second time, I don't know what the hell happens. I mean, it already happened to Saz, but he turned out fine, so got me. Proper nouns. This dude is a cool antagonist. Fal'Cie don't give a shit about humanity. Like, goddamn. Yeah, no, he's really fun as an antagonist. He's just a large ham with the way that he talks, and I always enjoyed that personally, so. We're in the 5th arc, by the way. That's where Chapter 10 takes place. This game literally said to consume it and stop thinking. Yeah, yo, Vanille, you mind telling us what Fang doesn't remember? Yeah, maybe you guys should have that conversation before you forget, while we're all alone here. It's not like anything's stopping either of you. Seems like it'd be pretty important for the both of your character development. No? Just me then? Okay.
So gathering up the tools for destruction turned you to Crystal.
Maybe. Again, he could be just saying that to get us to do things, Snow. He's a master manipulator. I mean, he's literally propagandized the entirety of Cocoon.
You really were an enemy of Cocoon. Just like the rest of us.
Well, that would make sense.
I had it all wrong. Totally wrong.
We were all pulseless, Snow, so, like...
I only made it this far because I thought we were the world's last hope.
Well, what if we still are? What if we can't let Bartandalis get away with this?
Checking your brand? You start to stray or take too much of a shock, your brand will change, and it'll be next stop Seath Central.
Thanks for reminding me.
Keep that in mind.
All right, then. I think everybody has multiple dialogue options here. I guess I'll go find everybody and see what I can find out.
Wish I could say it was my piloting skills that saved us back there, but it
Yeah, that thing seems like it flies on its own.
wasn't. The ship handled all the flying and shooting. I'm not talking about some jacked up autopilot either. Something wanted us to make it out of there and made sure we did.
Yeah, the owl. I mean, unless you forget, Saz, the owl turned into the airship, so of course it did. I'm just gonna double check and make sure there's no treasure around here either. Okay, nothing here. Go up here. See if anybody's hanging out. It really is just a subway station, isn't it? You walk up here and you're up at the ticket kiosks. You walk any further and you end up in Yoyogi Park. Or wait, that's a different game. Never mind. We'll be playing that one as well, but might save that one for a little while longer just because it's one of my big 3 PS4 RPGs that was on a previous console, so we'll get to it. But yeah, here's the N-Tite ring. It resists 10% of all elemental damage. I'm not a big fan. Like I said, you can just cast a bar spell, generally speaking, and get away with... Because bar spells give you 50% resistance to that specific element. And a large majority of enemies that cast multiple different elements only cast level 1 of that element. So it's like, you don't really need it. Again, it sells for a hell of a lot more than its weight in actual equipment. So I would say just sell it. It's probably easier. That being said, we can actually shop now and get some new upgrades because there's some new stuff available in the shops. There's Foul Liquid, which I'll buy like 6 of. That seems like a good amount to just have. It removes daze, which I guess will come in handy soon. And I think B&W is where the main things that I want to get are going to be available. Here's a few of the new things that you got in the previous chapter, all available now. We'll go to Magical Moments next and just see what we've got. Hero's Amulet and Saint's Amulet. These can be upgraded to give Auto Bravery or Auto Faith. Not bad. I like them. I'm not going to use them this time around, but I like them. I used them in my first go-around. So, don't need them at this point because I figure we can probably just bestow those with Bravery and Faith with Saz if we need them. It might be good if you're using Hope instead of Saz, though, because he can't currently give you Bravery or Faith, so... Wait, did the last boss fight fix Fang's brand? No, it did not. Her brand is still all messed up. So, I think... I'm trying to remember when it gets fixed, but I don't quite recall. So, Otherworldly Bones, by the way, are the upgrade to Sturdy Bones. You buy 24 of these, and it gets the multiplier to ×3. And now, if we just do a little bit of quick math, 24 of these is what, 3,600? 150 times 24, yeah, 3,600. 80 times 36 is 2880. So actually, yeah, so even buying these bones at 150 a pop for 24 of them is not as efficient at getting a ×3 multiplier as the Sturdy Bones. You save like 720 gil using 36 of these rather than using, because see 2880 there, rather than using 24 of these, which get you the same multiplier. But again, 720 gil savings. So just use the Sturdy Bones. They're just better than the upgraded versions. So I guess we could buy a Narstone now, or a Marstone. I don't know. I'm going to say Narstone because Marstone just sounds like Jack 3 to me. But yeah, I guess you could buy it now. We don't really need it at the moment. We will use one, but not yet. So... do I want to buy the Redocrosite now? Let me see. We don't need it till the end of the chapter because we won't get the other Whistlewind Scarfs until later in the chapter. We have to get another shop first, and we don't find it until later. But I guess I can buy them. I've got enough money, so I might as well. And I don't think we need to buy anything else from the Motherlode for now. Maybe later. But... sounds like Jack 3, Jack 2 next game. Hype. Yeah, well, the next game is another PS3 game, and I could play Jack 2 on the PS3 collection, but I'm still kind of waiting to see what the, whatchamacallit, how the beta goes for the Jack 2 on Open Goal, so it probably won't be the next game, or the game after that, but it might be the game after that. Like, the action game after that, so it won't be next game. It won't be the third game after that, and it won't be the fifth game. It might be the fifth game after that. So it's going to be a little while before Jak 2, but we'll get there. Anyway, B&W Outfitters actually has, well, they have gold bangles for sale now, but that's not really the main draw. The main draw for me is that they have the level 2 belts and bracelets available now, which resist 15% of physical or magical elements. And that's just flat out better than what we can get out of black belts and rune bracelets, so I'm going to buy some. Let's see what else they've got. Okay, I guess they got pain dampeners and white capes, but that's not my concern. My main concern is getting 3 generals belts and 3 witches bracelets. And if you upgrade them all the way up to star rank, they will get up to 25% resistance of all physical damage or all magical damage, which is pretty nice. And I should mention, by the way, when it says resist magic, that means elements and ruin. So this is flat out better than the N-Tite ring just by itself because it resists all magic, including ruin, which is non-elemental. So the N-Tite ring can only resist elemental damage, whereas that resists all damage, which is just... I don't even understand why they'd even have the N-Tite ring if they've got something like that, other than the fact that it sells for 60,000 gil, so... You know, that's nice. I guess I can take that. And did we get any other... No, we didn't get any other incentive chips, so I won't bother with that. But we still got 222,000 gil to play with, and we only need to spend 5,000 more of it before the end of the chapter, so that's pretty good. We'll have enough to... Excuse me, no, not quite enough to pay for everything I want to get when we get to Chapter 11, but we will have almost enough. And there are a few ways of making money in Chapter 11, so I'm not really super concerned about it. I think at this point we can get rid of the bangles, though. I don't think we'll need them again after this, because it might be better to just go for flat damage resistance from here on out, honestly. Because the thing about damage resistance is it's not a fixed bonus, you know what I mean? It's a percentage. So it will always be useful for the remainder of the game to have that percentage, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking we might just stick this on for now. And I might leave the doctor's code for now, just so we don't have to, like, just so we don't have to switch to medic to fix stuff like that. But I guess medic hasn't been working awfully for us, so it might be worth it to just go general's belt, witch's bracelet. Like I said, eventually I do want to use the Whistlewind scarf, but at the moment it might be better to just go for a little bit of resistance rather than using the scarf, so... Unfortunately, we don't have the rest of our party members, so until we get them back in the party, I'm just going to have Lightning kind of hang out, and we'll get everybody else first. So, then once we get them, we'll go from there. So, Vanille, you gonna go talk to Fang? Isn't it kind of important?
Don't believe everything a Fal'Cie says. He's telling us our focus is to destroy Cocoon. But who knows? He could be lying to trick us into helping him to do something
That's
else.
exactly what he's doing, to be fair.
We should listen to Sarah, not some Fal'Cie.
I don't know that we should listen to Sarah, but, I mean, destroying Cocoon just because he says that's what we should do. He literally tricked the entire population of Cocoon into hating everything about Pulse. So, listening to him seems like a moot point.
So Daisley was really the Fal'Cie Bartanians.
Yep.
The vision he was talking about was that crazy Ragnarok dream we all had when we were made into l'Cie. One of us is supposed to become this Ragnarok thing and destroy Eden.
According to what he said, which we shouldn't
Simply
believe.
do that by destroying this orphan that gives Eden its power. I think I have that part straight.
Okay, good. I'm glad that you've got that, because that'll allow you to exposit on it
Ready to get out of here?
for everybody else. Anyway, if you're done with talking to your party members, you can continue into the ruins, and that's exactly what we'll do.
I gotta apologize.
For what?
Looks like I was wrong.
About Sarah's focus? Not like you to second-guess yourself.
Well, even heroes make mistakes.
Sure, but, like, why don't we just... I don't know.
What about your plan to protect Cocoon?
Swap around and say, Sarah's focus is our new focus. Like,
Either way, your faith in Sarah was
we're all gonna
strong.
die anyway.
That strength got you this far.
It was all wrong.
Yeah. You tried so hard to convince us that you even fooled yourself. You've been a total idiot.
But...
But still. It saved me.
Good, she's not being a raging bitch like she was on her birthday.
Let that faith drive you. It even made me want to believe.
And you never know. Cheesy anime bullshit worked out pretty well for you for the first 9 chapters. We've only got 4 more to go. Cheesy anime bullshit might work out for the rest.
Sarah.
That would have made a pretty good thumbnail, actually. But I know who's getting the thumbnail this time. There's just no choice in the matter.
This couldn't be. I mean, those were just legends.
Vanille, what the heck are you talking about? And why isn't it what you're supposed to be talking to Fang about?
But it's hard to be sure.
I'm gonna keep giving her flack about it until she talks to Fang about what she needs to talk about. Like, she needs to talk about it. She can't just stop and say, no, you know, I'll just wait, you know, like, no, talk to her. It is no longer okay, Vanille. Oh, okay, my key items went away. I don't think the party splits up ever again after this, though. At least not in a situation where your inventory will change up, so I don't think we gotta worry about that. It did swap my paradigms around. It gave me 6 of them for whatever reason. But that's cool. Is this the party that I want to use in here, though? I don't actually know what's optimal in here, to be honest, so I might go back to just Lightning Fang Hope for a little while. I don't know. I'll see. Lightning has to be your party leader. I think I might have mentioned that, but she has to be your party leader for this chapter as well, so there you go. We can take this off, though, now, for you. Take these off for you. And these for you. These for you. And those for you. But like I said, I will eventually have equipment specifically for the reserve party, the boss fight party, and equipment for the battle party, so I just don't have it at the moment. Only see 1 arrow in Snow's brand. They still have plenty of time, right? I don't know. He's the sentinel in the party, though, so he takes less damage than everybody else, so it's possible that we have less time than that, depending on how badly the rest of us have gotten damage when he wasn't around. Being optimal's boring. Just do shit and figure out what works. Yeah, that's probably what we'll do, to be fair. Alright, so, yeah, we'll just do Lightning Fang Hope for a little bit. We'll have them hang around as the party. I'll fix these in a minute. Let's get everybody equipped first real quick. Do this. Give you the General's Belt, the Witch's Bracelet. Can I go, like... Oh, okay, L1 and R1 gets me further down. Alright, there we go. That's cool. And General's Belt, Witch's Bracelet... And I think I'm going to give you the doctor's code for now, just because, well... No, I'll start with this, and then if it gets to the point where it's like, okay, I don't feel like switching to medic as much as I am, I'll just switch off of it, you know? It's fine. And then for you guys are eventually going to be the ones that are going to wear the General's Belt and the Witch's Bracelet out of anybody. I actually have a different plan of action for the accessories that I want Lightning Fang and Hope to wear, but I'm not going to do them just yet, so... Alright, so we've got a little bit of time, so let's do our paradigms, and then we'll do our, we'll sell a few more things, and then we'll call it a day. Alright, so this can be ComCom Rav. There we go. See, I don't have Cura, so I don't know if Combat Clinic is one of those things that I really... What was I saying I was going to use? This is ComSen Med. And then I was saying I was going to have Rav Sab Rav, so let's do that. Put that there. And then ComSen Rav. There we go. That should work okay for now. And then we'll just micromanage it as we go. Alright. Do a little Crystarium work. We won't quite be finished on Stage 6. We've got Stage 7 to develop, but that's okay. I'm not really too concerned about it. We'll make it. But yeah, get everybody to their level 3 before you start working on the other ones. So, at least that's what I think we should do, anyway. Or as close as you can get it, anyway. Which will get Lightning pretty close, but not quite there. So she needs another 3,000 in order to max her at Stage 6. If you're a little behind, don't worry about it, though, because, like, we'll have more opportunities to catch up as we go, especially if we do that one fight that I said that you can do if you use aggression. But I'll show you that fight later, and we'll see if it actually works out as much as I'm making it sound like it will. So, oh, hang on, I can't go any further. 1200. The all-girls party has its merits. While enemies were drowning in debuffs from Vanille and Fang, lightning just tore them to shreds. I didn't use haste outside of Fortisol until I was grinding for ultimate weapons. Yeah, haste is a drug in this game. Honestly, like, I feel like it's pretty damn powerful, but I also find it hard to not use. So, but, yeah, no, you don't need it necessarily. As long as the enemy's susceptible to slow, you don't need it. I just find that after you use it a little bit, it's hard to get rid of. So... But yeah, no, the all-girls party, because you've got access to both of the different types of debuffs, it actually works pretty damn well, especially if the enemies are susceptible to multiple debuffs. So, works pretty good. Now, Saz might be the one that's furthest from being done with his stage 6 by the time we get through here. Oh, no, he's about as far as Lightning is. Okay. Snow will probably be done after this, because I think he only had a couple more to go. Yep. So I guess you can start on your next level there, big guy. So let's go take a look at what we've got here. Not a whole lot. Smite, and that's about it for this one. Oop, did I just... Yeah, I just used 3. Well, since we just used it, I guess I might as well grab it. 865, that's not terrible. Yeah, and actually 865 per and then 2,000, that's pretty not substantial amount. Like the amount that we used previously was more than that, so... We got here, Blizzara. Not a whole lot going on for your stage 7, huh, Snow? And there's Entrench. I guess we might as well grab this one for Snow, because, like, he's already got Vendetta, so he's already screwed in terms of that. So I guess we might as well grab that for him. But since I started on Commando, I guess I'll keep going with it. Of course, this might also mean that we're going to get less CP this chapter than we got in the previous chapter, but again, I'm not really super concerned about it. We'll get more CP further along here. So, if we need it, we can always just go do that one fight that I was talking about. Like, you really only need to do it a couple of times. It gives like 6,000 CP per fight if you do it properly. Well, if you complete it, you get like 6,000 CP per fight. So, we could always just use that to top ourselves off if we're not done with stage 7 by the time we get there. So, but I don't know. I have faith and bravery, so I think we'll get there. Alright, but that takes care of everybody for now. We'll do that. Let's sell some stuff, and then we'll save and call it a day. So I guess we're going to see a lot of Lightning Fang and Hope in this game then, huh? Because I'm going to be using them as the random battles party. Yeah, well, that's okay. We'll still see the others. I'll just wait to have them be coming around until we get to like the big stuff. Of course, then the problem is going to be is resetting all their paradigms, you know. But yeah, well, we can do it. Okay, we got all the accessories that I care about for now. We'll get some more of the scarves later. Got all that stuff good. This is still good. Yep, still good. Okay, well, since I'm still using the doctor's code, I won't sell that, but we got 237,000 gil to work with. And we're in, I think, pretty decent shape. We're making our way forward. We're almost done with our previous stage of upgrades, and then we can start working on that as we travel through the 5th arc on the next episode of Final Fantasy XIII, the Stream Edition, which will be happening... probably Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to depend on the winter storm that we're supposed to be getting. I don't know how badly we're going to get buried. So, I mean, as long as I have power, I guess I'll be here, right? We'll see. It was the equivalent of watching Yamcha struggle to turn off the gravity in the ship and almost dying. Enemies were barely able to do anything, and, well, yeah, I can see how that would work pretty well then, yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. And I'll see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, will most likely be on Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll post up the schedule tomorrow about 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as usual. So until then, everybody, take care and have a good one. Now listen, if we walk up in that direction and I have to use like a light ball in order to light our way because it's dark in there, then I get ambushed by the Onis or something, I'm gonna fucking flip. Who knows what that was referencing? I do.